.com is America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. You need the bin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This July, celebrate a little more than fireworks. That's right, celebrate the freedom of knowing your health. Life Imaging FLA's heart and body scans help you stay ahead of disease. Be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for that symptom. Get ahead of that with a scan from Life Imaging FLA. When you consider that 1 of 3 people in America will die of heart disease, and in some of those cases, the very first symptom you get is sudden death, you definitely want to pay attention to what's happening inside your body. With Life Imaging FLA's free heart scan, you can do that and then build a plan with your primary care doctor. And remember, there are no dyes, no injections. You don't have to take your clothes off. This entire process only takes a few minutes. So do what I did, what my wife did, what my in-laws did, what so many people in Central Florida are doing. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. Here's how you make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and you will be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight, and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's Viome.com, promo code THRIVE.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH, C-A-S-H, CASH. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, July 1st, 2025. Lots to get to today. From will Trump deport Elon Musk to Diddy jury freaks out over a difficult juror, and Hurricane Flossie is ready for prime time. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Yo, yo.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. You record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. Yeah, baby.
Share that show.
That means you share the show. That's as easy as that. Honestly, we don't have to explain it too much more. Then we just tell somebody about the show.
Right in the title.
Yeah, right there. Share the show with somebody. Going to Share the Show Tuesday. If you're over on YouTube, hit that like button over on the stream. That helps us out.
Liked.
If you're on the podcast side of things, send somebody a link to the podcast. Say, I like this show. It's called The News Junkie. I think you'll like it too. And bam!
Thank you, ma'am.
Shared the show on a Share the Show Tuesday. So thank you for that. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
My gosh.
Ready to choose.
I'm ready. I guess I'm ready.
What's wrong?
What's
what
the
happened?
matter with both of you?
I'm fine. I said I'm ready to choose.
I'm sitting here. We're starting the show. We're doing all the things, and I get these texts from my wife, all caps, babe. Usually it's like something exciting, right? And I said, yeah. And it's a screenshot from Pottery Barn and says it's almost the holidays. I said, you know what time it is, right? Do you know exactly what time it is?
This is her 9/11.
This is
It's
my
Pottery Barn time.
Come on with your Pottery Barn crap.
This is her moment where it's very important, and you just don't understand. There's lots of things in relationships that are like this, where one person values the moment much more than the other person. This happens to me all the time, C-Lane, and you know what I do?
Well, yeah, just
fake it.
Yeah,
you fake it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see if I can voice text a really long woohoo.
Oh my God! You know, something.
She even
wild.
put not sorry about the excitement. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's what you do.
There was two O's, just tiny little woohoo on the voice.
Courtney
text.
will be like, this makeup company is having Wacky Tuesdays, and it's 15% off.
Hot damn.
And when you buy
so
four
still
things,
costs $89.
you buy four things, you get one thing half off or something. I'll be like, whoa, holy cow.
Crazy deal.
The only thing you have to remind yourself of in these situations, friends, is don't overdo it too much. You got to like match their energy, right? Like, wow, that is great. That is really cool. Because if you surpass them, then they'll be like, oh, I see.
So
I see what's happening.
She's jumping the gun. The year's not even halfway over yet. That's tomorrow.
It is not. Now, I feel like with all of our years together, I know that both of you are pretty much just say everything that you can in 1 to 2 texts.
Mm-hmm.
Your partners, are they just send it as they feel it come out of their brains?
Oh, man, I don't know.
For example, like my sweet girlfriend, Nicole, will send what could be in 1 text in 12 texts. And
you know what? I kind of like it, though. It seems less burdensome. When there's
it gives me anxiety when I'm away from my phone. And it just
I see. Okay. All right, yeah. If you're not right next to your phone, you're like that's an emergency right there.
I think I would prefer, even though, yes, that in the case that Sabrina's describing, if you're away from your phone or if your watch is buzzing a bunch and you haven't read them all, I still prefer that to the forced phone call where that could have been a text.
Yeah. What's wrong with this? All this is such a big deal, really. This is just normal communication between people. In 2025, we're like, well, you're putting me off. You got too much of this. Oh, my God. God forbid
we talk to human beings in 2025.
I'll take a phone call or a voice memo, though.
I don't even do those.
My dad leaves 4 minutes. Like, all right, it's Pop's podcast time. So I'll sit down.
Is that where my dad used to do that every once in a while, and he would meander. I think I still have some of those saved. Where he'd be like, Sean, I just wanted to...
This is your father. Hello. And
he identifies himself like you don't know the man.
45 seconds later, the intro is now done. And
my dad would be like, my dad would be in the car, and he would go, Sean, I just wanted to run something by you real quick. Is that a Corvette?
No.
Oh, I think that is a Corvette. Oh, man. That's one of the newer ones.
I love it.
And I'm like, what? Get to it, man. Come on. We're all like this now. It's just how it happens.
At us.
Welcome to the
what
show.
you wouldn't give to get one more of those
C-Lane,
flighty voicemails.
I don't know. It's the one thing I'm fine with.
Right,
I don't have to.
Right.
When my phone starts ringing off the hook, I don't have to go like, oh, maybe that's my parents. I know it's not. Or if it is, wild times ahead.
One of my favorite Sean dad memories was we were sitting at the bar, and Sean goes, "Oh crap! It's my dad's birthday today. I haven't called him. You think I should do it now? He's probably eating dinner now, so it'll go quick."
You don't want things to drag on for too long. But here we go. Let's start the show off. Speaking of dragging on for too long, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers to the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to the White House. President Trump was giving an interview. They're talking about all these things happening with like tariffs and stuff, which now I think most people just don't even understand. We're like, I don't know, tariffs, like seems to be bringing in some money. We freaked out for a while. And then like, every time there's a deadline, the deadline seems to get like a pause or something.
As of late, the only time I see the word tariffs is car dealership commercials. That's like tariff-free. We made sure of it. Come on down.
Still don't know what that means, really. Like, all I know is like,
we're going to sell you the cars that we've already imported.
Yeah, tariffs only one step above Bitcoin, where it's like, come on, I know what's going on here, but please don't ask me too many questions about it. But Trump was giving an interview to Fox News, and he's talking about China, right? And he's also talking about another a country you might be familiar with, which is a little country called Japan.
Japan!
That one. And as he's talking to Fox News, he goes to say what his plan is in dealing with Japan. I don't know if he might have forgot about who the leader of Japan is at the moment or something, but he like... You know, your brain fills in the blank sometimes, and you're like, can't remember that person's name, so let's just try something else. Well, here's how it went.
And then I helped China. So by reducing it.
We still don't know. We don't have the clarity on what you're going to do with these expiration of these pauses. July 9?
No, I thought I just...
This is Maria Bartiromo, who's interviewing him. Used to be with CNBC. She is from Fox News. Now you see what I do when I don't remember the name. You just say 3-4 things.
It's on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, it is now. Maria Bartiromo from Fox News. She's the one talking to Trump about tariffs, and that's when I think he forgets a name here.
I just said it. You ready?
You're going to send letters.
I'm going to send letters. That's the end of the trade deal. I could send one to Japan. Dear Mr. Japan, here's the story. You're going to pay a 25% tariff.
Dear Mr. Japan. Hang on. I might not know.
Dear Mr. Japan.
That's so great.
who the guy to write the letter to in the tariffs world is, but...
To whom it may concern.
It is like one level up from to whom it may concern. It's like, Dear Mr. Japan... How are you? Here you go. Here's what I have to tell you.
I could send one to Japan. Dear Mr. Japan.
Dear Mr. Japan. Hi, how are you? Here's what
we're going to let Mexico know too, dear Senor Mexico.
Everything is just Hola, Dear Mr. Blank.
Esta President America.
There you go. All right, we have so many things to talk about today. Is Trump going to deport Elon Musk? I told you this was going to end up being like an elongated fight because it's two big personalities, and that's just the way it's going to continue to go.
Is he not a citizen?
Oh, he is. Yeah. Like he's an actual citizen. He was born in South Africa and then moved to, I think, Canada and then the United States, but I'm not positive on that. But the reporters always like feed Trump stuff like this. So a reporter's sitting there talking to Trump. Elon Musk has been tweeting about the big, beautiful bill that he thinks is a bunch of wasteful spending, which he's right about. And Trump is like, all right, how do I fight back on this? And the reporter says, what do you think? Are you going to deport Elon Musk? And of course, you don't just say like, no, I'm not going to do that. It's a war, right? It's like a war, like a pissing match kind of thing. And these guys go back and forth. But yeah, the reporter kind of leans in. Oh, yeah. Are you going to deport Elon Musk? Loud noises.
I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible?
Oh, he is firing some shots, man.
I love when you say, wouldn't that be terrible, when you probably don't think something would be terrible.
You know what it is, right? Remember that Doge-esque show?
Like, wouldn't it be terrible if a rogue drone just flew into C-Lane's booth right now and shot him with 1,000 paintballs?
Wait, are you doing the same thing? Because
wouldn't that just be terrible?
I thought we were doing Elon Musk stuff and we were having fun, and now you wanted me to get shot with paintballs?
Well, I mean, to him, Elon Musk is like me to you. You're my Musk, man.
Oh.
You're my Musk. And
that's new.
And instead of deporting you, what I would like for there to be a drone to fly into your studio and just light you up with paintballs.
Okay, well, get that drone with door opening arms.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, there's no.
Are we
expense
overlooking
spared.
the tank full of paintballs that it's
yeah,
lobbing my way?
I don't know how the specifics are going to work, guys. Okay, I haven't figured all this out, but all I know is I want a drone, and
Dear
now I
Mr.
wanted to go.
Drone.
Now I wanted to go both of your studios.
I have better with C-Lane's door. Mine is so heavy and lockable, and we got soundproof windows.
It's just lockable.
Keep it up. The only thing you're going to give me as an option is a drone strike. That's all I'll have. I don't want to do that. I don't want to drone strike you. But if that's the only option that I have because you're closing off other options,
back, bitch.
You aren't going to have the ability to do it because you're already drone strike. Guess what? That's how it works, baby.
Drone's on the way. Open your door.
No, not do this. Is look under the chair all over again.
You guys
we graduated from look under the chair.
Throwing around a lot of threats, but there's only one licensed drone pilot on this show.
Right. Yeah. Dear
I'm sorry.
Mr. Drone.
Do people that flew planes and suicide mission need licenses beforehand?
Yeah.
But they got the licenses before.
They technically did go to pilot school.
I don't know if they had their license and showed it to the pilots before they took over the plane.
I don't know if they went that far, but excuse me, I'm still sick after all these days. Jesus.
Still sick after all these days.
And, I thought I was feeling rough this morning, 9 days into this cold, but
I don't know if it's
apparently
cold,
I
my
have...
guy.
No, wait, what is it? You think I got cancer? What am I dealing with here?
I got that vid.
Oh, still a cold. Yeah, it's 2025. It's all colds now. These politicians on Capitol Hill, all of them have been up, or at least a lot of them have been up all night because I guess the big beautiful bill is too big, and they're like debating all the amendments to it.
Too beautiful?
No, not that. No, just too big so far. And they all stayed up all night long. I think they might. You guys have something else on in the studio, so you probably can't see like C-SPAN or something. But I think they're literally still up from last night and going over this stupid stuff and voting. And one of my absolute favorite things was John Fetterman, who just grows on me every day because he's really Sloth from the Goonies.
Let's get some stuff done for America.
He's getting this stuff done for America. And they go to all these politicians in the hallway, as they tend to do. And the politicians will be like, we're going to be here as long as it takes. We're going to pass the big, beautiful bill. Oh, are they still doing it right now?
So right now someone's talking, but I can see in the corner.
Let's listen in. Can we hear?
That I'm trying to see if I can get the actual. Yep, there we go.
Okay, yeah. Or this C-SPAN. They're still going on this big, beautiful bill.
Next year.
Rand Paul's
That doesn't sound at all conservative to me.
He's yapping.
That's why I'm a no.
Or he's a no. He said he's a no.
He's a no.
He's a no on the amendment vote.
President, I recognize.
So this has been going on, all this right here,
joining me on the floor
for like 24 hours, okay?
That's exhausting.
And so, of course, and they go to
no
all
snacks,
these...
No bathroom breaks?
None, barely. And they go to all these stupid politicians. And every politician in Washington is equivalent to an actor on a television show. That is what we have going on. They all fit little like characters, and I'm the mean this one, and I'm the nice this, and I'm the mean this one. Everybody, it's all a bunch of theater kids is what we have elected in this country.
Theater kids would make this a lot more entertaining. I sure.
They all go, this is important, and we're fighting for it, or we're fighting against it, and then you go to John. Who
is the stenographer?
Oh, just still going? Right? 24 hours later?
It's now like around her neck, and she has to follow everyone who's talking and type the entire time.
Well, they go to John Fetterman, and John Fetterman is the only one who's not like, we're going to stay at it as long as it takes. John Fetterman's like, what the hell, man?
Did you get any clues on the floor about what time this might wrap?
When might it wrap?
Oh, my God. I just want to go home. I've already, I've missed our entire trip to the beach. My family's going to be back before we that. So, and again, I'm going to vote no. There's no drama. The votes are going to go. In fact, the only interesting votes are going to be on the margin, whether that's Collins or Johnson and those. But
he says, I want to go home. I missed my whole family's beach vacation. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I need to take a nap-a-rooney. Times are tough, man, and he just wants to go to sleep. He's the only one being honest over there, I think, at the moment, actually, on Congress. But they're still babbling about this bill.
Man, how are you in the year 2025 a stenographer and not just the most worried about your job security
AI.
ever?
Yeah.
Why do we need them?
Yeah. I mean, we don't.
Why do we need meetings that are 25 hours long?
We don't.
We needed stenographers because we needed a record of court proceedings, these Congress proceedings. The stenographer was to keep everything on record so that everybody was held accountable. That's because we didn't have enough tape to record all of these things. We didn't have enough space to store all of that. But now we've got all of that. And these people are still employed.
Yeah. I mean, and I want them to have their jobs.
I'm not after I don't want to send people to the unemployment.
Sounds like you are. If you're a stenographer and you'd like to fund my mission to drone C-Lane with paintball attacks in the studio, it's GoFundMe/paintball C-Lane. Please donate all that you can. It's much appreciated. Thank you for your time and your service.
What do they get for donating?
LOLs. They get plenty of LOLs.
They get to be in studio and be the stenographer for that back and forth.
The thing I honestly feel, C-Lane, just being real with you here, just being absolutely real, it's been a long time that we haven't messed with you in your studio. And I feel like that should be done at some point.
If you'd like to come back to HQ.
Nah.
It might be easier, yeah.
Why would I ever want to do that?
Exactly.
I'd rather just watch from afar. Technology is a beaut. Unless you're a stenographer that they're going to put out of work with this stuff.
Okay, I don't think I've told you this yet, but behind the scenes, on your favorite cesspool, the texting service.
Oh, yeah.
There is a person who claims that yours and yours alone, your microphone, clicks. Click. Yes. It drives him nuts. He said, and it doesn't happen immediately. It's usually about halfway through the show, but sometimes it starts early. Your microphone just starts clicking, and then he bitches about your clicky microphone. He's the only one, by the way. If you're out there, sir, you're the only one, and that usually means something.
It's probably him.
He tried to complain to Jack about it. That's what.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's what.
I love it. How'd that work out?
This is what people do. That's why you'll understand. This is going to come full circle because of why I thought of this. But people sometimes do this when they're mad at us. They wait till Jack is on the air, and then they send text to complain.
Tattletales.
They're snitching using the texting service, and they said, Jack, can you get Sean a new mic? He's clicky. His mic is all clicky, click. And Jack just went, I got one right at the studio here for him, Daddy-O. Maybe if he comes back.
My microphone is clicking. Some of you are weird.
I'm stupid.
Some of you are just weird. Now I want my microphone to click just for the Can you like at odd intervals just remember to every once in a while it's and that guy will just know this is exactly for him.
Oh.
Good evening, sir. Good morning. Good afternoon. I don't know when he's listening. Is he live listener or
I
is
think
he?
so, yeah.
Okay, he is. Okay, all right. Well, get ready for all the clicks today, baby. It's happening. It's coming down the pipeline. We've got a lot to get into. We've got to talk about Hurricane Flossie. She's out there.
I love that name.
It's a great name.
I love that name.
It is a great name. I don't want anybody to get harmed by the hurricane, but as far as hurricanes go, the names, Flossie is a great hurricane name. It's great. And I don't know if it's back yet. Like, for if you had a baby and named it Flossie, would this be a time to do it?
Flossie was an adjective all this time.
No, Flossie, right? I think Flossie, right? Flossie is the hurricane name, which I think is like Old Lady Central. I think it's real old lady. Where's it going? Where's it at?
Close to Floozy.
Oh, I like that even more. Yeah, I mean,
What a
I like
slutty hurricane.
We'll talk about what's going on with Hurricane Flossie. We'll introduce you to her. We also have way more info on the guy who lured the firefighters in and shot and killed a couple of them. And the story just got way crazier. So we'll dive into that as well today, and we'll click it up like crazy. So buckle up. We're ready to go for a very nice Share the Show Tuesday. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Slow traffic continues on I-4 eastbound this morning between the Greenway exit and 535. Now looking at accident activity blocking the eastbound left lane on Colonial Drive at the Orange Blossom Trail intersection. No delays for those who need to travel on the Beach Line or the Greenway this morning. If you come across traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Prepare yourself, Mount Dora, for a Real Radio takeover this July 3rd. And join us for Central Florida's best fireworks and drone display at Freedom on the Waterfront. The Monsters in the Morning, the News Junkie, and the Jim Colbert Show will all be broadcasting live from 3 different locations in the city of Mount Dora. The Monsters will be at Pisces Rising, the News Junkie will be broadcasting live from Whiskey Kitchen, and the Jim Colbert Show will be at the Yardery. That night at...
Dull Mike. What's happening there, friends? The countdown is on. It's getting close. July 1st is here. That means live show, baby. I am ready. It's going to be fun. And, yeah. So, what are you guys doing? Hello? Thank you, Biha. There's not a lot of things that rhyme with skull, so I just, I tried. I went to the rhyming dictionary, which is where I do a lot of my work. There's not a lot of good stuff there. Just doesn't happen. I think Sean's about to hit the button and turn me off. He's going to infiltrate the feed. I'm gonna have to find a way to block him. I could turn his button off. Oh, what if the button just disappeared on him and he reaches for Skull Mike and it's just gone? Lull Mike. All right, yeah. MFQ, you know what? My mom said the same thing. She got that color shirt, and I saw it yesterday, and I said that is a little darker than I thought it would be. And I haven't even asked Sean about it. I forgot yesterday. I forgot it, but we'll see how it goes. You ask again when Sean takes over for Skull Mike, and then report back when you hear him instead of me, and go, listen, buddy, what gives? Amanda says you won't. I will. She's talking about the button. Button. Who's got the button? Let's see here. Sean's page. Moved it. It's gone. How does he know? Is he listening? What the hell, man? Is he looking down there? Where is my button? Is YouTube chat back? Of course, Decon. We can see you. And the people's names seem to be back to normal today, which is nice. But it was working yesterday, too, so it could be at any moment all that stuff just gets ripped away from us, and then we're back to a chat room full of Twitchers, which, is fine. But we'd like everybody to be able to participate. So. Yeah. Yep. Zephyr's Biker, I see you. Kurt, I see you. Tanya, Four Seasons. No, you're not, News Junkie. I'm taking you down. Hold on. Let's see if he's even noticed. Hey, what happened to your little button?
Oh, you really did take it away. I was just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Did your button missing?
You did take it away. Put it back.
Oh, I don't have my skull mic button.
Can you put back skull mic button and unrelated? Can you add a button that makes it so you can't do the thing that you're doing? That's unrelated to the first thing.
Got it. Yeah, right on top of that, Rose.
Yeah. Call it Mega Skull.
Mega Skull?
Yeah. Skull fucker.
For a second there, I had to glance at the board to make sure she didn't leave you up.
Oh, I thought about it.
I'm going to give him whatever he asked for, and then when he hits the button, it's just going to say 404 not found. I actually have a button like that somewhere. 60. So let's copy that. Put it here. And go block C lane. All right, guys. Keywords playing. I got to go. We're coming back.
Your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
people about the News Junkie Radio Show podcast and live stream. Visit the website over at thenewsjunkie.com. If you miss any of the show today, you can get the podcast over there for free.
Share it every day, like herpes.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? lots of different theories out there about that guy, the crazy guy in Idaho who lit a big fire and then like started shooting at the firefighters who came out. And the literal online arsonists, they come out and they're like, well, it's because his parents were MAGA. And then a bunch of other people are like, no, he's a trans. And like, you know, all of these theories with absolutely no backing.
Is that one of the
pop
theories,
up.
that he's a trans?
Yep, he's an angry transgender person or a MAGA kid. Those are the two
it was
competing
confirmed
theories.
his parents were MAGA fans, right? There's
Yeah, but I mean,
a whole picture of them.
his parents have MAGA hats. So do like 20% of the country. Doesn't mean it has anything to do with the motivations for shooting some firefighters.
Also,
but
there's nothing more, young, just was a teen a couple years ago mentality than my parents don't know what they're talking about.
Well, his parents had allegedly some sort of restraining order against him, and there was a bunch of issues that they were having. So, I mean, none of this makes much sense, and it doesn't matter to the people who are engaging in this kind of like online warfare. They don't care. They're just trying to shoot out information as fast as they can with no details. But there's like an inside the ballpark possibility that this was a really, really strange kind of motivation. Not fitting in the box that so many people expect, like, is this person on the red team or the blue team?
What's in the box?
More bizarre than any of that could have been expected. And I've got some of the press conference here in just a second where they talked about this situation in Idaho. It could be that these were the first shots fired in, believe it or not, the angry manlet uprising. That could be what actually started this horrific thing, what motivated this lunatic. The angry manlet uprising, believe it or not, could have been the impetus for some nut job to light a field on fire and shoot at firefighters. I'll
Angry
explain.
manlet, yeah.
I will explain. There are a couple of new details that are coming out about this 20-year-old lunatic who, it doesn't matter what the motivation, he's a nut job. This person who shot and killed these firefighters who were just trying to do their job. And one of the prevailing early theories is that he was actually very eager to be a firefighter.
I have seen this theory.
He wanted to be a firefighter. In fact, they haven't necessarily found any of the applications yet, but there was like word that this guy had applied and attempted to become a firefighter himself, but couldn't because of whatever reason. One of them possibly being, and I didn't even really know this, but maybe he's too short to be a firefighter. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even consider that.
That was a thing. I figured short
I guess
firefighters would be useful for small, holes that have
You
fire
might think so, but I think generally speaking, they don't want the shorties. I don't think they do.
Firefighters?
No, think about it. Have you ever seen
thing?
In your entire life, all these years on Earth, how many little people firefighters have you ever seen?
Not a lot.
I never seen one. I don't even think, go by the fire department. Look in. You ever see a short guy in there?
The fire department.
I don't even see a short king hanging out at the fire department.
I feel like
don't
I've
see
seen, I mean, anything under 6 foot is short king?
No.
Okay.
Under 5'7". Under 5'7", maybe.
Okay,
I mean,
so I've known a 5'7", 5'8" firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
We were, went to the same Starbucks.
He might have just made the cut.
But he is also ripped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of them seem to be, or a lot of them seem to, in the calendars that you find from time to time. Not that I peruse those more than the average person would. But if you're a firefighter,
just from time to time, like you said.
If you're a firefighter and you're done being lazy about wanting to work, 24 on, 72 off or whatever, and you're ready to come back into the foray here, I'd love to know, like, is this a thing? Is it possible that short king firefighters are a no-go? Like, this guy started the angry manlet uprising because the firefighters rejected him because he was too short. And that's not even it. Like, they said he was living out of his truck. Like, he was basically hobo status and living out of his truck and having a lot of problems. At the core of all of this stuff is, of course, mental health issues. It's just, that's the true nut, the core of all of these things. You find that there's somebody who's having mental health issues because normal people don't do this. And the guy not only had an aspiration to be a firefighter himself, but apparently he had his truck and he was living in his truck. He had it parked in this area and he had a run-in with the firefighters earlier this day. And the firefighters told him, you can't park your car here. You can't be living out of your car. You got to move your car. And he got into it with the firefighters. He's like, you wouldn't let me join. I'm a short king and you refused me. And now you're telling me, now that I'm all the way down to living out of my truck, you're telling me I can't even live in my truck in this parking spot because you're a firefighter. Oh, yeah? You want to fight some fires? And then he lights a fire. And the other strange thing we learned about him was his father was the head of he has like a tree cutting company, which I had somebody approach me or leave a business card behind, ring the doorbell with a tree cutting name for their business. When I was like, what is his name? What is the name of this company? And they left it behind, which is always a shot, number one, because you're saying that my tree needs to be trimmed. And that's okay. It does.
Hey, we're just here in the neighborhood. Letting you know,
fine.
we're doing the neighbors.
Listen, you sloppy MFer.
Same thing
your
with
tree.
We're doing your neighbor's roof.
Your tree is an absolute catastrophe. I know you need a trimming, so here's my card. The guy who left it behind was, I think it was All Trees Matter or something.
Yeah. Which makes absolutely no sense. It's like all trees matter until you pay me to destroy them.
I
to
don't
cut
understand
them down and grind the stump so they don't have a chance to come back.
Yeah. So anyways, this little tiny man, his father was the head of his own company that did the tree trimming stuff, and they said he had arborist skills and he could climb trees, and perhaps he was climbing trees and shooting from the trees. It was like shooting actually from the trees, and that's how he was hitting these firefighters. And I guess he was targeting them that way. Let's go into the press conference yesterday and get a little bit of this. This guy, the sheriff, Bob Norris, he's not the greatest speaker at these events, but we could pick up something, I think.
To let you know that we had a jumper off a Veterans Bridge, and we'll give you just a little bit of information on that. So
it's unrelated. Don't worry.
So the suspect that has been identified by our Cooney County Coroner's Office, Coroner Duke Johnson there,
is fun to say.
Has been identified.
Cooney County Coroner's Office?
Yes.
Yeah. The Cooney County Coroner's Office.
Cooney County Coroner's Office.
The KCC, as it were. They identified the body because this guy was either killed by law enforcement or himself. I don't even know if they're 100% sure on that.
As Wes Val Rowley, date of birth of May 1st, 2005.
I feel old.
As of...
I know, isn't that crazy? 2005 he was born. 2005 this guy who shot these firefighters was born. And there was another twist in this that brings up so many questions for me that I want to throw it to both of you in just a moment here, but let's hear him out for another like 30 seconds or so.
Right now, and this is all very, very preliminary, we've had a lot of resources at the crime scene.
All right, Norris.
We've been working through the night, so many of these facts are subject to change. We believe that Rowley has prior residence in California, Arizona, and Idaho. We believe he was born in California.
All right, that may be one of the first confusion lines, because at some point they said he's a transient, meaning he doesn't actually live in Idaho and was living it up in his car in the area. And I think there was legit some people who heard transient and thought that meant like he was transgender. I think
that does not surprise me
some
whatsoever.
People were like, transient? Oh my, he thinks he's a woman. Unbelievable. And I think that might have been a thing that confused at least a couple of people.
The Cooney County Sheriff's Office and Coeur d'Alene Police Department, we've had 5 interactions with Rowley.
5.
And of those 5 interactions, we've had 3. Coeur d'Alene Police had 2. They're very, very minor in nature. They had to do with more trespassing. He was trespassing at a location. He was asked to leave, and he cooperated. We had some welfare checks on Rolly, and very, very minor. We don't show any criminal history for Rolly.
Mm-hmm. Rolly. Sounds like a nickname. It's his last name.
We do have some social media presence for for Rolly. Find it disgusting to call him a Mister, but
you just did though.
We don't have any much to go on. Here's some of his social media postings that were recently removed.
All right, they show this social media posting, which is like him saying like, "I'm going hunting" or something, and it's his face, and he's like, it looks like he's got like, like he's trying to camouflage himself, and that's the big social media posting that came out of all of this. And they go over like his dad owned a tree cutting company. His parents were sort of estranged from him. He had these minor run-ins with the police. He had these run-ins with the firefighters the very same day. The firefighters told him to move his truck. That was shortly before there was a call that there was a fire. The firefighters then reported to the fire, and they had somebody opening fire with a weapon on them. Now, none of that touches the weird twist that we learned in this press conference. And it's something that the police did that I've literally never heard of cops doing before in a situation like this. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they should be doing this. It's unbelievable. We're going to talk about this and whether or not they should be able to do what they did. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way.
Forecast, and for our Tuesday, we are going to be expecting mostly seasonable temperatures with high around 90 degrees today in Orlando, with around a 60% chance of some late afternoon showers and storms. As we head throughout the end of this week, unfortunately, our rain chances will be on the rise, which could impact some of your 4th of July weekend plans. Up to an 80% chance of rain is anticipated for our Friday, a 70% chance for Saturday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Sam's Club. Are you ready for some locked-in summer value? At Sam's Club until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like sunscreen and ice cream. Go sign up for a membership and...
Go, Mike. We're going to see if he notices. Let's see if he... Because I gave him his button. He said he wanted the block C-lane button. Beautiful new button. For those of you who are subscribers, Discord folk, just know that because there's been, because we have some different plans for the week, seeing as the 4th of July and the live show and all that good stuff, secret shows will be tonight. Bless you.
Now it just says block C-lane.
You said you wanted the block C-lane button. Hit the button. Maybe it works. He's not. Courtney got his attention. Let's waiting with bated breath here. He really misses you guys. You're his friends. What's he doing? Is he going to try it? Is he going to hit it? He's going to hit. Come on, buddy. Don't be a pussy. Hit the button. You're right, weed consumer. It is a big, beautiful button that he's too afraid to hit. Who's he waving at? He blocked me. Wait, he did it. You son of a bitch. How dare you?
Hello!
Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
See things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio, the free iHeartRadio app.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. For a limited time, Wawa's mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas. All for $6 and under. Savor a summer of sandwiches and savings. Gotta have a Wawa.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
The show's called The News Junkie, and it's the three best friends you never knew you had going through the most viral stories of the day. It's really as simple as that. This is where we talk about everything viral, ditch the news, and just hang out with us instead because the rest of it's garbage, right? Thanks for being with us. Talking about this story, excuse me, talking about this story out of Idaho where there was this shooting where the firefighters were lured in and some 20-year-old, lit some wildfire and then called it in. And then the firefighters thought they were just doing their job. And then they started getting picked off. A couple of them died. A bunch of them got shot. One of the craziest things about this is not only that everybody rushed to make it like a Team Red versus Team Blue. You know, what's this guy's motivation? Did the Republicans online inflame him so much? The Trump people inflame him so much that he wanted to kill people? Did the left-wing people inflame him so much that he wanted to kill people? That's the battle that goes down after literally anything happens. Nobody takes an actual look at this and seems to care. But the guy, I think, was there's at least some story suggesting this 20-year-old wanted to be a firefighter and then he had a run-in with the firefighters right before this occurred. But that's not even the craziest thing about it. The thing that I've never heard of before that happened was, I'll play this portion of the press conference if I can here in a moment. The sheriff who comes out and identifies the person responsible for shooting these firefighters, he says, well, we came up on a spot and we encountered his truck. And they said, was there a manifesto in his truck? Did he leave behind any clues or a manifesto? And they go, well, we don't really know. Well, why not? I mean, this is over. This has been days now. Why don't you know what's in this guy's truck? Why do you know if he had some sort of manifesto that he left behind? Everybody's asking these questions. And they go, well, here's the thing. When people arrived on the scene, they were actually worried that he was going to return to his truck and either flee the scene or do something else. So they rolled his truck off a cliff.
Come again?
They just took the guy's car, I guess, and pushed it over and off a thing. And so the guy couldn't get his truck when he came back. And I immediately thought,
that seems like tampering with evidence.
I mean,
that was possibly going to lock it all in.
It would be. But the problem would be if they could say we're justified in tampering with the evidence, because obviously you can do that, right? Obviously you can tamper with evidence. I'll give you an example. If you arrive at the scene and there's 5 more guns with bullets just sitting there ready to go, you're not hamstrung in such a dumb way that you'd go, well, we can't do anything about these guns.
Would we even call it evidence yet if it's an active crime scene? I mean, right, you're just stopping crime.
But it seems weird that they would do that. There's information in that truck that they absolutely would need to know, and then they just, push it off.
Instead of pushing it off, maybe just have some people stand by it, so when the suspect comes back for a possible getaway.
They did not do that for whatever reason. They went out there and they tried to put a stop to this, but they didn't want him to get back to his truck. I think this is the sheriff talking about this, in the firefighter ambush press conference.
Sheriff, can you tell us how sophisticated you think this ambush was? Or do you think this was an interaction that went badly? And one more thing, we were just right outside the scene, and we saw a firefighting vehicle come down with 3 completely flat tires. Were spikes used? Was that part of the ambush?
No, part of once the rounds started to exchange back and forth, and when deputies got on scene, part of the theory was we don't want
This
him
video
to
is
be able
driving
to
me
circle
nuts.
back.
I know it's like cutting out like that. It's just the source video from CBS. It's not me.
It's your microphone.
It's not my
clicking.
microphone clicking. It's none of that. It's
I don't
just
know.
the
I think
source
it might
video.
be that mic.
I can't do anything about it.
That
But
guy
hold
was
on.
right.
This is the relevant part.
Around and get into either one of the fire trucks or his own vehicle. So deputies disabled the trucks and they pushed over the suspect vehicle off the side of the mountain.
Yeah, pushed his suspect vehicle.
They
off the
disabled
side
it
of the
and
mountain.
destroyed it.
Yeah, so they were like, he might come back to his truck. They straight up put his truck in neutral or whatever and pushed it over the side of a cliff, which
is strange.
Don't get me wrong. I totally agree with it. Like, I understand what they were doing. I would never say that this should be hamstrung by some dumb rules or something, but I just never heard of that happening before.
Were they 100% sure that there was nothing at the bottom of that mountain that could be damaged or killed by?
Hope so.
By the truck
It's a
landing
new
on them?
scene for the firefighters, all right? They were not
So-
used to the shots being fired at them or trying to keep hold of evidence. So it feels like everything was a last-minute decision.
Some climber is down there, and all of a sudden he's like, "Wow, this is a beautiful day." What? Wait, what's that up there?
Honestly, you're onto something, Sabrina, because firefighters, once in a while, they'll do a thing where if you park in front of a fire hydrant, they, to make a point, will smash both of your windows so that they can get the
Put
fire
the hose
hose
through it.
And I've seen pictures of this happening where they literally could have gone over the car. And you go, "Well, what's going on here?"
No, they want to
Gotta
teach
stop
a
the
lesson. And in this case, they didn't want the guy to get back to his car to maybe, I don't know, if he had more ammo hidden. The car was the truck was a mess, full of all sorts of stuff. But you heard him say that. I'll bring it back just a little bit here. He said they pushed the truck, the shooter's truck, as the shooting was going on, right over the cliff.
Back around and get into either one of the fire trucks or his own vehicle. So deputies disabled the trucks and they pushed over the suspect vehicle off the side of the mountain.
So if you didn't catch that, they also flattened the tires to the fire trucks because they thought if he comes back and his truck is off the side of a cliff, he might go, "Well, I'll take a fire truck." And so they
What if the fire
flattened
spreads to the area in which the fire trucks are?
Well, then now the firefighters are not able to drive those vehicles anymore. They have decommissioned them.
I'm so confused. But
I
I
don't know
understand in the craziness of it all, those are the decisions that were made. It's just maybe the way that the chief is explaining it so calmly. Like, yep, that's right. We shoved it off a cliff. Next question.
I have just never heard of this before. I had not heard of them running into problems like this.
We don't have training for this. Break
We do.
everything.
Yeah, just to destroy all of the vehicles right now. That was the legitimate move that they apparently made in Idaho with this small firefighter wannabe. So we still don't know exactly what pushed this guy to do this. It could have just been, well, I think a majority of this is often that the person's just mentally ill. That's why his parents seem to have some issues with him. I know his parents did come out and break their silence. Here's what the family said. At this time, we, the family of Wes Rowley, would like to offer our most heartfelt condolences to the families of those whose lives were taken and to the community of Coeur d'Alene at large. There are no words that can suffice for this tragedy and the infinite losses suffered by those affected by this shooting. We do not understand why this happened or how this came about. Our hearts and spirits are broken for the lost and hurting and for our own loss as well, they said. They intend to cooperate fully with investigators as they deal with this grief and the heinous tragedy in their own family. So let us know what you think, and especially if you're in law enforcement or something, is that something you've heard of doing as a strategy before, just pushing the vehicle of the person right off a cliff? Let us know. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. We're back with you. We'll get some of your comments worked in here. We got some shocking updates in a story we've been following for a while. The Diddy trial is completely exploding right now. There are like major issues going on with that. All of it. All the new details coming up next on the News Chunky.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with night 2 of the Mount Dura Summer Night Series with Ryan Holmes from the Monsters in the Morning, July 12th. Details at realradio.fm/comedy.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Slow.
Let's go, Mike. Is Go Mike functional? Can you hear me? Am I working?
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Hi, everybody. Hired a brand new cameraman. I expect him to do a great job and be diligent. The last cameraman fell asleep on the job, and that is just unacceptable behavior. We need somebody who's on their feet, moving around, grooving, making sure everything's working correctly. Good job so far. You hear me? I want to apologize for, I heard there was like a dual mic issue, like some sort of technical issue that caused a dual mic to pop in for a while. It's aptly named, but I'll try to prevent that in the future. B-Haw says, I found Troll Mike very fun. E2? B-Haw, I thought we were friends. I thought we had bonded. This is what I get? Still sick, so apologies for that, but dragging through and excited that YouTube is on board today. Mega chat. Thank you, YouTube. Wait. The Senate just voted 51-50 on a substitute amendment to make a series of revisions to the bill. VP Vance broke the tie. All right. I mean, I really think they should fix this shit. These kind of big, giant bills are such nonsense. Every single thing should be individually. It could be grouped with things that are like it, but it shouldn't be attached to so many disjointed things. I think everything should have to be like related in a sensible way in these bills. Walk the plank. Hello, Matt. Welcome from Canada. Matt, check in. What's the temp? What's the temp where you're at today? Can I tell you? Hot take. Hot take. I just heard from somebody who went on a cruise to Alaska. Hot take. Alaska cruises are the worst type of cruises. There is no cruise worse than Alaska cruise. And an Alaska cruise, especially this time of year, the sun is only down for like 5 hours maybe, right? So it gets dark around like 11 o'clock and the sun comes up at like 3 o'clock in the morning or so. You only get like 4 hours of darkness. So sleeping on the cruise is much harder. It's still cold in Alaska. Even though it's July 1st, it's still cold in Alaska. So other than the absolute beauty that is Alaska and kind of cruising through and seeing all the stuff around you, that is gorgeous for 5 seconds. But an Alaska cruise where it's just sunshine all the time and it's cold outside at the same time is the worst cruise opportunity you could take. Don't do it. Matt says it's going to be 93 degrees. Get out of here. Damn. Hot day in Canada, buddy. Utah had 7 hours of dark. It gets dark here at 10:45 and it's daylight by 3:45. People shouldn't live in these areas. You shouldn't. The hottest take on the planet is everyone should live within 500 miles of the equator. Everyone should live within 500 miles of the equator in a tropic or subtropic zone. Maybe even 1,000 miles. You might be able to expand. No, that's too far. 500 miles of the equator or so. Everybody should live right around there. Then we skip all the desert zones because no one's supposed to live there. Obviously, you don't live in the ocean. The rest is easy. Alaska cruises are amazing. Yeah, I'm sure that they're beautiful. Like the surroundings look gorgeous. But do I want to be cold on a cruise? Do I want it to be bright at 4 a.m. when I'm trying to get asleep on my cruise? No. No. Don't do it, folks. All right, we're coming back.
Specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's Viome.com, promo code THRIVE.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the new.
Going on here, man. And now I'm starting to question something. I swear to God, I'm not trying to exaggerate here, but I am really starting to question something. I'm questioning if in 2025, on a high profile case, see your Karen Reed trial or your Diddy trial, if you can actually get a normal jury anymore. I don't know that you can. I don't know. I think you got like all these true crime heads. You got all these other you got characters that just want to get attention. I mean, you don't just get regular run-of-the-mill people. A jury of your peers should mean a jury of normal-ass people. I think you deserve that.
But, I mean, at this point, normal-ass people still enjoy true crime, and you have high-profile cases like both Diddy and Karen Reed that got the docuseries treatment before the trial even started.
That's part of the problem. That's one of the things that infects all of this. There's so much coverage beforehand. Then people get swept up in it. Then they want to be famous. And then they just get these weirdos. They hook weirdos on the case. So there's a juror, apparently, a rogue juror right now, as they consider the verdict on the Diddy trial. And this rogue juror, they said only 30 minutes or so after the jury deliberated and started to discuss whether or not Diddy was going to be guilty or innocent or whatever, the foreperson on the jury, who I'm assuming had been just established as the foreperson. We're only 30 minutes into it here, right?
Right.
And the juror foreperson goes, "Hey, we have a note for the judge." So within an hour to send a note to the judge is kind of a little bit wild. And the note from the judge says, hey, we've got one juror here who, quote, cannot follow your honor's instructions.
Ooh, tattletale.
How do we find out within 1 hour that we've got a rogue-ass judge on the Diddy case that will not follow the judge's instructions? Like, they haven't even given him enough time to... Juror, rather, that won't follow instructions. And we haven't even given him enough time to really digest all the details of the multi-week-long case. And yet they're like, nope, this guy can't follow your honor's instructions. It was delivered to the judge about 12:30. It's really unusual after an hour to get a note like that, said retired Judge Barry Cammons. This juror is possibly giving out answers that don't align or coincide with other jurors, they said. The juror in question is a 51-year-old white male from Manhattan who identified himself as a scientist. I even questioned that. Is he self-ID'd as a scientist, or is
they didn't say
probably
who is a scientist? They said self-identified as a scientist.
Identified himself as a scientist. Like, does this guy get paid to be a scientist, or is he like, I consider myself one?
I'm guessing that's what he put on the juror questionnaire as his job was scientist. You know, you have to say what you do for a living, and that's part of what they take into consideration when they voir dire the panel.
Well, what is he, a meth dealer who doesn't want to say what the truth is? And he's like, well, technically, I'm a scientist, my dear.
I'm the one who knocks.
51-year-old white male from Manhattan who identified himself as a scientist. And they said, if this is somebody sticking to their guns, that's the last person that the defense wants and the last person they want thrown off the jury. About 90 minutes after the note, the judge responded with a letter. The letter was like the most generic thing from the judge. The judge said, you must continue to debate the issues at hand with each other. And it's like, okay, all right. But what's happening?
I wonder what instruction from the judge this juror is not really like meshing with. Because I know that they changed up a lot of or at least the prosecution, like tried to get a lot of the instructions for the jury kind of simplified, or they were taking some of the stuff out. And so maybe some of that stuff, like he wants to still go the other way on.
He's just not listening, I guess.
He's trusting the science.
I remember when I was jury foreman was, as soon as we went into the room to, oh my gosh, deliberate.
Yeah.
There was conspiracy theories. Like there was like one guy who was like, yeah, but we don't know, they did know each other from so long ago and this other thing happened. And then there was like three of us that said we have to only go by the evidence and what was presented in court.
Okay, quick question. When you go into the room, you're done. Let's say you're on the Diddy trial. You're about to deliberate in this federal case. So there is 8 men, 8 male jurors, and 4 women jurors on the jury. When you go in, is there somebody who goes with you and starts to go like, hey, guys, now this is the deliberation process. Here's how the deliberation process works.
They explained all that in court.
In court, they do that.
Yeah,
then you
the
go
judge
to the
read this massive, it took forever. The directions, every single charge.
So when you go in, nobody is up there going like, hey, I want to welcome you guys to the jury process now.
There was an officer. It was
like a bailiff. There's a bailiff that's kind of your
simple stuff.
Well, it's your line of communication between the jury room and the judge. So once you're done, you tell the bailiff you're done. I think the bailiff even like spends most of the time outside, and you just kind of pop your head out the door and be like, all right, we're done.
But I feel like there would be so much nonsense to get through. The idea that within 30 minutes they're like throwing up their hands and going, this 51-year-old white scientist from Manhattan is just, we can't deal with him. He's ignoring your instructions.
Very annoying in there.
This guy must have been out of a cannon, man.
Yeah.
He must have been like, you know what I think? Actually, the Jews are like, he must have just gone nuts with this. And this guy is on this jury, and he may be one of the ones that's holding things up here. I've got Court TV talking about this with their correspondent as this happened yesterday. Let's see if we can pick up any tidbits here.
Attorneys, all the parties involved. And then we heard what the note said. The judge read it aloud. We have a full screen made for you so everyone gets a chance to see exactly what the jury note said. It says, we have a juror number 25. who we are concerned cannot follow your Honor's instructions. The foreperson then asked to speak with the judge or that particular juror be interviewed. So what do we know about juror number 25? We know he's male. We know he is a scientist. We know that during the jury selection process that he had told both sides that he had seen that hotel video in which Sean Diddy Combs is seen assaulting Cassie Ventura. This is inside the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. He had said that he did see that video, and he also said, Julia, that he had formed an opinion about that particular video. But then he was...
Oh, boy. So he already had an opinion at that point in time. He's all ready to go. But there's something else going on here. There's something else. Hang on, I cut her off. Let me see what her last little tidbit was.
Very clear that he was able to set his opinion aside to be able to go forward and have a fair, impartial look at this entire case.
All right. So they're saying that the guy said, look, I already made up my mind. I already saw the video. I already saw that. But something has happened that has raised the alarm bells for everybody else on this jury very quickly.
So during the voir dire, I mean, he could not have been the only person who said, yes, I saw the video, and at the initial watching of video, I formed an opinion.
Yeah, of course.
But he was clearly very charming during that and is going cuckoo bananas inside the deliberation room.
Yeah, it must be something jarring. There must be something really weird.
Now.
And does this sound good for Diddy's side, or does it sound good for the prosecution? They're suggesting that if there's somebody who's like going up against the system, maybe this guy is, and he's a problematic juror.
Isn't there an alternate?
There would be, but they'd have to have a reason to put him in.
No,
They would dismiss
the alternates have
somebody.
already been dismissed.
Oh, have they? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And they would never just go, well, we have one person who disagrees, let's put an alternate in. They wouldn't do
if
that.
he's being crazy.
Yeah, it would have to be like a legit reason. And that's why they're like, you got to talk to this guy. He is this man.
Quick side note. What are we looking at in this courtroom sketch here? Are they watching a video?
No, that's
Diddy.
maybe. Yeah. Oh, you mean on this here?
Yeah.
Is this a freak off?
It looks like.
Is that the freak off?
I don't know.
What's in his hands? Are those gloves?
It looks like a bunch of guys like partying a little bit, and you see two other people, and then there's people like moving around with Diddy drawn into the courtroom too. This may be the closest we've seen to an actual freak off in action here. I don't know. Hard to determine. But what does this mean for all of us? Is this bad for Diddy? What do you think? What's this lunatic saying in there? Let us know what you think. See Which says there is literally no way to know any of what Sean just said. What are you talking about? Any way to know what?
Any of the things that are going on in the courtroom because we it's not televised.
Well, we can only know from
the clicks.
We could know from the drawing or the actual courtroom painting what we could see here.
Are so interesting to me.
They're not great.
It's very charcoal. Oil paint.
Let me put it this way. I said it's not great. That's not true. It does look artistic. It just doesn't look as clear as you might want it to look because of the level of art. It's not realistic. You know what I mean?
Can we just have like a caricature artist at a theme park? Because I feel like those get flipped pretty quickly and you have a better idea. Like I'd love to see what the thing in the background is because I'm quite confused.
Yeah, they're very, very quick at cranking these out. But
I think if you run this back just a couple seconds, it's a little more clear that it looked like they were watching a video in the courtroom. There we go. See?
So is that what I think it is? What is being depicted there?
All you can see is like it's a drawing of a television, what looks to be some sort of monitor, and then some people doing some things. And I can't really tell what those people are doing.
Looks like they're rubbing a woman's head.
Yeah, that looks like maybe Diddy with a woman's hand on her head. And I don't want to go full conspiracy, but this kind of looks like Drake with a wig on. I don't know who or what I'm looking at here. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But yeah, so now we know that there's definitely some confusion in the courtroom with one of these jurors, this 51-year-old scientist guy, juror number 25, that cannot follow the judge's instructions. We'll have to see what happens as a result of this. We'll find out here pretty shortly on the show. And as they figure out on their end, too. We're going to get to you. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody from Idaho is weighing in on all the coverage and stuff from the firefighter ambush. Let's see what they say.
Hey, junkies. Just another little tidbit. It's actually quite a culture shock for this area because we do hear gunfire from hunting and stuff, but it's always off in the distance and everything. So to hear the gunfire in town is quite strange. So a lot of people immediately were aware of what was going on as far as something. And also that's a very highly trafficked hiking trail area. So there was hundreds of people up on that mountain when it happened.
Hundreds?
And a lot of people were stranded and still coming off the mountains in the evening time after what was going on. So that wasn't reported in the news at all. So it's a very, very crazy situation up here.
Excellent.
It will pop up.
Appreciate the dispatch. Great dispatch, adding detail to the story, especially from a local level. Always appreciate that. What do you think? Let us know. Join the show with your comments. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Radio Michael 7 says, it looks like a doctor delivering a baby and a man holding the woman's hand.
A lot of people were saying that.
Maybe it
kind of
is.
does. I mean,
it looks like a head that is being held by someone gloved.
The problem is they're just showing a photo and they don't give any context with the courtroom illustration, not photo. And so I don't know anything more about that. I don't even know if it matters that much, but it definitely does matter that they got a juror that they're thinking is completely flipping out on this and that there's something going on with them. All right, let us know what you think. Send us one of your dispatches over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. We got to talk about Alligator Alcatraz. I think there's a big event going on today. They're ready for this Alligator Alcatraz. Trump's supposed to be there and everything. So we'll see what's going on with that and tune in if we can to the comments about Alligator Alcatraz if this is going to happen. Also, we've got an update on that Disney cruise, Kid Overboard. What led to all of that? We got the next episode. A lot on the way, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
He is always on TikTok.
It is. Listen, I have shunned most of all of my other social. I am a TikTok guy.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Slow traffic continues on I-4 eastbound this morning between the Greenway exit and 535. Now looking at accident activity blocking the eastbound left lane on Colonial Drive at the Orange Blossom Trail intersection. No delays for those who need to travel on the Beach Line or the Greenway this morning. If you come across traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Sam's Club. Are you ready for some locked-in summer value? At Sam's Club until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like sunscreen and ice cream. Go sign up for a membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Delta Airlines doesn't just help you see the world, they help you embrace it. Delta's dedicated teams make your travel experience extraordinary, anticipating your every need with genuine care throughout your journey. The app puts you in total control, and with fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi, you can stay connected to what matters most. So flight time feels more like me time. With exclusive partnerships and Sky Miles rewards, every part of the Delta experience is designed to make the journey as enjoyable as the destination.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Want to bet on sports but no clue where to start? Millions of players are already making moves on Hard Rock Bet. Your friends might be winning. Why not you? Bet with confidence. Bets by real players help guide your picks. Go with the crowd and cash in on the wins. Any pick that catches your eye. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Yes, it's true that most injury attorneys don't cost you a dime unless they get you money for your injuries. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. It pains me to hear people still don't know that you don't have to pay me up front. Never deal with the insurance companies alone. They have a team of lawyers, and you should have a team too. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or call me at 1-800-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando.
Did you know that every diamond at International Diamond Center is over 1 billion years old? That's before dinosaurs, even before some of the stars in the sky. These elusive stones were originally formed miles beneath the Earth's surface, each one born in a volcanic explosion, yet kept hidden for generations. It's a fact that for every 1-carat diamond at International Diamond Center, trained miners blasted through over 200 tons of rock, and skilled experts sifted through the rubble to find the highly sought-after rough diamonds. Then expert cutters spend untold hours shaping and polishing each stone, unlocking its beauty and fire and brilliance. From the hands of the craftsman direct to you, these magical stones are your piece of eternity. Precious, rare, unique, indestructible, and treasured all over the world. Oh, and the unbeatable prices at International Diamond Center? They're just a bonus. International Diamond Center. Uncompromising quality, unimaginable value. Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes.
Hey, man! Do you know about the volume toll discounts from ePass?
Yeah? The more you drive, the more you save. Why are you yelling, dude?
Because more volume, more savings! You know, volume, louder! So I'm cranking it up!
No, genius. Volume toll discounts. As in, the more you drive, the more you save? Up to 25% per month? So why don't you save money and my eardrums? You don't have to yell. You just have to drive.
Oh, thanks. That makes sense. Plus, my throat was starting to get scratchy.
Get your free ePass sticker now in black at getepass.com.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-611-3113. That's 800-611-3113.
Enjoy the long weekend with Casey Kasem and Classic American Top 40.
Hello again and welcome to American Top 40. My name's Casey Kasem and here comes our special year-end survey.
All weekend, it's every year-end countdown in order and commercial-free. Plus the very first AT40 show from July 4th, 1970.
I'm Casey Kasem with the #1 song of the year.
Just open the free iHeart app, search Classic AT40, and make it a preset now.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here. Hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K, BANK. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
Of the day, as per usual. Go learn more about the show. Subscribe to the podcast. Watch us on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. All your links right at thenewsjunkie.com. We're going to get into Alligator Alcatraz in a moment. But real quick, before that, there's something that I do that C-Lane makes fun of me for that I think everybody should be doing.
Which thing?
Everybody should do this. I do it, and C-Lane makes fun of me for it. Any guesses from Sabrina or C-Lane before I reveal what this is?
Randomly whistling the second line to the Star Spangled Banner.
No, I thought you were going to say in the summertime.
That was a good one, too. Mungo Jerry.
Does it have anything to do with whistling or like
no,
a habit?
It has nothing to do with whistling. It's something that I have done that C-Lane's like, this is so stupid. But I think it's
Stolen
genius.
valor.
And I think everybody needs to do it. No, that's ridiculous. It's not that. It's not that. Any last guesses? All right. I think you guys should be doing it, but you guys don't do it.
Should be doing it.
You should be doing it, but you don't do it. All right, forget
Avoiding
it. I'm
crime.
going to tell you right now. There is a story out this week, and I said, finally somebody is on board with this. I've been made fun of this for a while. It says, urgent warning for homeowners. Why you should blur your house on Google Maps and how to do it. And I've done this for a long time, and I think that you should do it too. And before I get into Alligator Alcatraz, I'm going to explain to you why, okay? The first thing is, it's totally free. So if you go to Google Maps and you see like the street view of your house, and there it is, you can click a button and say, censor my results. There's a button that you can click, and it will hide your house from people who are snooping around on Google Maps. And the first reason you should do that is because why not? Why on earth should you just give the world a photograph of your house? Can they find other ones? Sure. But why should you make it on the most popular platform ever that Google makes billions and billions of dollars off of? Why should you make it free for your house to just appear there so somebody could start looking at it and go, you know what I'll do? I'll do this, whatever they're up to and planning, all right?
I'm looking at a picture of your house right now.
Shut your mouth. It's not on Google Maps, all right? And I'm not saying you can't find a picture of my house, and that's not the challenge here. I'm saying you're smart if you do like I do and censor your house on Google Maps. And here's why. This is not some like great grand public service that Google is offering. This is an item that they monetize like so many other things. And it's a photograph of your stuff, your house, your property. There is no reason on earth why we should just give all of this stuff up for free. Google should send everybody a check every single year for including your house, your photograph, amongst all of the other ones that they have on their website.
How are they monetizing it?
Good question.
They're monetizing it like they do every other thing in the entire catalog of products that Google has. Trust me, Google isn't doing things for fun. They're obviously utilizing this for to get people over on their Android side of things in the Android app. They're using it for the Google Maps features that they use. They're using it for long-term point-by-point directions to places. They're using all of these things.
I have found that to be quite helpful.
I'm not saying it's not, but why do they deserve a photo of your house for free? Why should you ever give that to them?
Where's the revenue stream?
You don't have to have direct revenue streams to be making money off of things, first of all. But I think that they do. And look this up. Maybe they're not direct revenue coming from. Find out. Google, does Google make money off of Google Maps? Because they do. I mean, I just guarantee you they do. It's a huge production for them. Whether they're licensing that content out to other providers.
They do, yes.
Whatever they're doing, they're making money off of all of this stuff. Sensei John says, your house plans are public record. Somebody sees your house plan, it can help them rob your house. It shouldn't be, number one. That's my first take on it. Your home design, your house, Your information should not be public information.
I don't know how accurate that is, what Sun State John said. The house plans, like, I don't think you can get a blueprint of the house, can you?
Some Zillow stuff has the house plans in it.
Yeah, I think you're talking about with the county, though, right? Like,
with the county, you get like the dimensions of the house, but you don't necessarily get now. In a previous neighborhood of mine, the HOA had a website that had because it was one of those neighborhoods where there's only like 4 house plans, and then they mirror them. So my house was the mirrored version, but basically they only had 8 floor plans total, and you could just look that up. Now that's one of the things. However, I don't know that, like, blueprint wise, that is public record.
I don't know if that is or not, but I don't think it should be. I don't think all of your information should be public record either, because it is in a lot of states with voting records, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I think all of that's dumb. But I think when these corporations want to
love it.
photograph all of our houses and then put it into a product that makes them one of the biggest companies on planet Earth, shell out some money, baby. And we're seeing it right now. There's a very, very brilliant company that has made a smart move. And they actually use these services for the newsjunkie.com. And it's, what was it called? Cloudflare. Cloudflare offers a lot of different services. It's a very smart company. But one of the things they just started offering is they made it so AI engines cannot just automatically crawl your website or any of your content online. They make it so it requires a token from these places, and they have to pay you to get access to crawl your information to train their AI models on it. We should be doing this everywhere we can. All of these huge, giant, behemoth corporations in the digital sphere take from everybody else, and they make themselves so incredibly rich, and they give nothing back to all the people who they use to get to that level. I think the free ride is over. And if everybody today in the United States of America went on Google Street View and blurred their house, you bet your ass Google would pay you. You bet your ass you would get some money for them to be able to unblock all of those listings, because it would make their service unusable. 1,000%. The only reason they don't have to do that is because nobody really goes up against it.
Or they create some technology that when you're using those blockers, they're like, well, I guess we're going to make this an awful experience for you, a.k.a. YouTube, when you have ad blockers on.
Yeah, I mean, but this is not blocking like that. This is blocking for everybody. It literally censors your photograph on there. So, like, if somebody puts in your address, your house will be a big censored block, and you won't be able to see it necessarily. And I just think we should, as citizens of this great country, say enough's enough. These rich digital tech behemoths make so much money. You want to use our stuff and photos of our stuff. Pay me, bitch. Pay me for it. And then maybe we'll change the way we feel about some of this. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. BDMXCon on Twitch says, it's photos from the public. They don't have to blur without a protection order. It's a courtesy they offer. That is true. I happen to think that it shouldn't be. And this is not saying that, like, you have no right to privacy in public, and that the argument about that. I'm fine with that, but I think a photo of your domicile. These are satellite photographs. Many of them, well, some of them are satellite photographs. Some of them are taken from vehicles that are driving down these roads and taking pictures. And pictures where, by the way, like, the human eye wouldn't necessarily go. And you don't have the right to do that, just so you know. You don't. There's a famous case with Jennifer Aniston where somebody took a photo of her sunbathing nude in her backyard. You're not allowed to do that just because your camera can capture the photo of this from a place that's public area. I think that should be broadened, but, you know, maybe I'm crazy. Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com or send an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? I'm going to reveal what Sean's house looks like.
No!
Move over, Rock Beef, Rap Beef, and Bravo Housewives. We got a new super rich pair of directors beefing over atomic bomb realities. Ooh. Robert De Niro meets the Wiggles while Jimmy Swaggart meets the Grim Reaper. Plus, AI imitates life let me introduce to you the non-human rock band with 500,000 subscribers. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today does feature some slightly warmer temperatures with more dry time as we expect showers and storms to arrive a little later on today. We'll be expecting a high of around 90 degrees today in Orlando, pretty close to normal. About a 60% chance of those late afternoon showers and storms. Much higher chances of rain will arrive tomorrow and into the holiday weekend with around an 80% chance for Friday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. It's cake batter. It's cookie dough. It's the new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard treat. Now at participating DQ locations for a limited time. Fly in today for this cosmic collision of flavor. And don't miss Superman, only in theaters July 11th. DQ. Happy tastes good.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets. Where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises. And days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles of scenic coastline in Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of exhilaration and rejuvenation. Start your summer getaway now at floridashistoriccoast.com.
Eye Candy Energy Drink. The official drink of the summer is here. 3 delicious flavors. Original, sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. Get yours at EyeCandyEnergyDrink.com. Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Phantom Fireworks, lighting up backyards of America from coast to coast. Visit Phantom Fireworks at Orlando's only brick-and-mortar store or Coco in Daytona. Click fireworks.com for showroom specials, coupons, and a location near you.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
And we're back talking all things connectivity with Spectrum customers Kev and Melissa. So tell us, how long have you been with Spectrum, and how important is a reliable internet connection?
We've been Spectrum customers since we moved 12 years ago. The first thing we did is sign up for Spectrum Internet.
You get a lease, you get it Wi-Fi.
Yes,
immediately.
We need that. We had Spectrum Wi-Fi before our couch got here.
That's true. That's a true story.
I'll sleep on the floor, but I won't go to bed with no internet.
You heard it here. Switch to Spectrum now.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades. eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Are you ready for some locked-in summer value? At Sam's Club until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like sunscreen and ice cream. Go sign up for a membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
See things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio, the free iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This.
In the world of entertainment and beyond. Hey there, friend. Thanks for being with us. And you can check out the show on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Don't forget, we got a live event coming up on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
And if you are here locally, where we're based out of in Central Florida, in Orlando, then in the Mount Dora area, we will be at a place called Whiskey Kitchen. For everybody else, you'll get to hear us out live. If you want to come into town, we'd welcome you to do so. Have a lot of time, but, July 4th weekend is coming up, and July 3rd on Thursday, we will be live doing this broadcast. So it's going to be a fun time. We hope you'll stop by. We're going to figure out, rain or shine, how to make all this happen, and it should be a blast. So just so you know, that's going down this Thursday on the show. Everybody else, just hang with us, man. Tune in, and you'll be able to hear us live from Whiskey Kitchen on Thursday. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
So you be banging, huh? Wasn't me.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Yeah. One more time, Sean?
No, I nailed it. I thought I nailed it.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's the website. Chock full of information for you. Very easy to navigate through, especially when it comes to those big life decisions. You got to work with someone who's got your back, best interest in mind, going to explain the mortgage process to you and treat you like a human. And that's That Mortgage Guy Don. Any question you have direct access to the man himself. Or if you're ready to get the party started, go to the website, click compare your quote, and make sure you're getting the best deal. Peace of mind right there at your fingertips. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
27 years ago, in 1998, a Florida man sued the Diamond Doll Script Club.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tawny Peaks to the main stage. And also to court. He claimed that the stripper Tawny Peaks hit him upside the head with her giant double D breasts, causing him to suffer whiplash and permanent neck damage. Awooga.
Those are some pretty destructive breasts.
I would assume they would be bigger than double Ds, but sorry to hear about your neck,
Or maybe
sir.
he had a bitch neck.
Either way, I'm not sure if anything settled out, but
Like Sean.
he certainly tried.
Hey, man.
Whoa!
I didn't say anything. I said what the...
Someone
Almost.
who's going from double Ds to possibly GOD is Reverend Jimmy Swaggart, who is dead.
Fatality.
We say goodbye.
How do I...
Remember him? Televangelist
Yeah.
Jimmy Swaggart?
Mm-hmm.
He was 90 years old. The family has announced he done passed away and is now in the big televangelist stairs at the sky. They posted a tribute on Facebook. Today our hearts are heavy as we share that Brother Swaggart has finished his earthly race and entered into the presence of his Savior and our Lord, Jesus Christ.
He sold over 15 million records.
Hot damn.
Isn't that wild?
And had 2 different prostitution scandals. This song is going to stick in my head all.
Is that all Okay.
Religious show.
The cause of the Reverend's death was not immediately released. And this is me.
Why?
Because he was 90 years old.
Oh.
Natural.
I thought you were doing the Taylor Swift thing for Jimmy Swagger.
Because he's dead. Our God.
What if you played that? Like, everybody's rolling balls and you're in a big club in Ibiza or something.
I'll do it for my next DJ gig.
Work that right in there.
So, yeah, he's had quite the life. At one point, he did suffer cardiac arrest. He did pick up 1, but 2 prostitutes, according to Christopher Lane.
Is there a market for Christian EDM? Sean brings up a good point.
Probably.
I'm sure. There's a great market for Christian rappers. They
The
do
thing
very
is,
well.
whatever kind of music you're into before you convert over to Christianity, you want a facsimile for that when you arrive. So, like, if you like the blues, you're like,
do you still do the drugs?
Yeah. No, you don't. No.
They just throw out Eucharist to
like
everybody.
caffeine and those sorts of things. Taurine.
Soda pops and dry humping.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who is still alive and a new dad again as of 2023, Robert De Niro. He has turned a new leaf, and turns out he is a super fan of this group.
The Wiggles.
The Wiggles is right. If you Google Robert De Niro and Wiggles, you're going to find countless interviews of him expressing his admiration for the Wiggles. And this is my best impression of those on the stream. And his quote. I didn't know any of them until I started seeing them. And my daughter loves to watch them. I said, you watching me or I'm not watching you?
Where did Sabrina go?
And
Mr.
This is
De
an
Niro.
exclusive.
I mean, well, we're glad you could join us on the show, Mr. De Niro. Big fans. At least I am. I don't know about Sean.
Do I look like entertaining? I don't know. I'm not great at quotes. I'm just good at the Robert De Niro face. You talking to me?
You talking to me?
And are you entertained? Is that him? No, that's Sparta.
I got nipples, fucker.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Man does all these movies. You know?
So anyways, he finally got to meet his heroes. And there's a picture of him and his 2-year-old daughter.
I got some video allegedly of this. You want to see it or no?
Sure.
All right.
This is what I'm doing. I'm watching this.
Oh, great. That's really good.
Tim watching the Wiggles.
Say goodnight, but he's watching the Wiggles there. If you look closely,
Yeah, we just said that, sir.
Just chilling with the Wiggles.
I guess he's just chilling with the Wiggles
I can't
there.
believe he has a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
No.
But yeah, he visited him backstage, and there's that story. But why visit real humans when you could just subscribe to a totally unreal AI formed band? May I introduce to you psych rock band The Velvet Sundown that has over 500,000 listeners and has released already 2 full-length records in a single month. A third on the way this month.
Wow.
And this rapid rise is really starting to pee some people off. Am I right?
Sorry, Mr. De Niro. Didn't mean to interrupt.
You want to hear a little bit of him before we get flagged?
Is it?
Sure, yeah, let's go.
Can we get flagged? It's AI.
Dust on the wind.
The Velvet Sundown.
Smoke in the sky. No peace.
No, they said that it was a product of AI. One Twitter user pointed out the Velvet Sundown have accomplished all of this despite only existing for 2 weeks after they were announced. In addition to pumping out albums like There's No Tomorrow, all images posted to the social media accounts are all AI. And they seem to be just as what you would think they would look like. Long hair, Jesus style, super hippie.
Do you think,
cool.
hypothetically, somebody using an AI like even Suno, the one that we've used for a bunch of stuff, could have the AI pump out hundreds of songs and then just pick the ones that they like, re-record them, and get away with it? I mean, technically they didn't write them, but they own the rights to them.
I don't know if they'd get caught.
Didn't New York Times just try to put something out with ChatGPT saying because of, I forget how it was put, but essentially all the history of what people as subscribers or just free users, that information should be public.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
I don't know that to be public.
Sounds like I'm just doing a little bit of rumors.
Probably.
Anyways, an update as this morning they being techradar.com. They were contacted by Deezer, the global streaming music service, to say that it has flagged the Velvet Sundown's albums as AI generated. Together with the message, some tracks on this album may have been created using artificial intelligence.
Ooh.
No duh.
What?
I have nipples, Greg.
Can you milk me?
You're going to AI those?
What's that other part there?
Because he feels like at his age he probably has a little bit of cotton mouth.
He sounds good for his age.
Okay, marry him then. I've reached.
I'd like to marry you.
The
Raquel,
Velvet,
is there aloe here?
The Velvet Sundown's X account has responded to an article saying, absolutely crazy that so-called journalists keep pushing the lazy, baseless theory that the Velvet Sundown is AI generated with zero evidence.
Baseless.
Like it.
Despite being like completely base full. Full of base. Am I right, Greg?
Base.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's my time. I will leave you with this. The Boob Tube, perhaps, by Robert De Niro. You're welcome. Hey, what's up? Hey, Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Welcome back, Mr. De Niro.
Yeah, I've got nipples. Greg, you talking to me? You talking to my AI-generated nips?
It's not terrible. I can understand it.
It's the face. I feel like I really...
The face is good. The face, yeah, like I can absolutely tell that's De Niro
But
right
I also
there.
can't see.
You got to open your eyes a little harder.
Yeah, it requires closing your eyes. Yeah.
The 13th season premiere of My Big Fat Fabulous Life. Okay, I wish that did come out. That's going to be on my Instagram at Sabrina.
Didn't know you got a television show.
Okay. I made the joke first, Elaine. Why are you laughing at what Sean just piggybacked off of? I called myself fat and fabulous.
Second time's a charm.
And third time, you wipe
You're
off
not
your
fat.
chin.
That's why it's not as funny because you're not fat.
The premiere of the documentary Attack on London, Hunting the 7-7 Bombers. That's going to be a popcorn eater. The streaming premiere of Monster Summer on Paramount Plus and Late Nights on repeat. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America. I'm Robert De Niro.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Oh, speaking of music, I wish I could play this.
Why can't you play it?
You probably saw this, Sabrina. Sometimes when I talk about something on TikTok, I'm like, why even bring this up to C-Lane? Because like C-Lane has definitely not watched it.
I see plenty of TikTok things, Sean.
You're on food stuff and probably like...
Who do you think shows me all the TikTok things?
Ashley,
my wife, yes.
Yeah, but she's not sharing this one with you, I don't think. I don't think this gets through. Did you see, Sabrina, this young kid who's like, he does like death metal? He might be 6 or 7 or something.
Whoa, is he playing the drums?
He said he recorded it or whatever. When I saw it, it was just him in the booth, and he's like, it's this little kid in the booth, and he's like, I gnaw on the bone until I bleed. And he's just like screaming all of this death metal stuff. Unfortunately,
this kid's gonna have to learn about phrasing.
Yeah, who's bone?
He also
died.
No, he just curses up a storm, even though he's like 6. I'll have to send it to you. I'll send it to C-Lane, and then he won't censor it for me, and we'll never hear it on the show.
I also have censoring capabilities.
Okay, now you just got yourself a gig. All right.
For all of one day.
Hang on.
I finally get to do something here.
All right, I'll send this to you during the break. It's pretty fantastic. It's quite good, I think, as far as that stuff goes.
And tell me the comments are like, this parenting is outrageous.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, when I saw it, I was just like very impressed that a kid so young was making something that damn good. But he was, yeah.
It's not his lyrics he created.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'll try to find this during the break. I thought I bookmarked it, but maybe I didn't. I'll get it to you regardless.
Probably don't want to bookmark little kids.
Why not? It's not a little kid doing anything weird. He's just, well, I mean, it's not weird like that. It's just a little kid doing some music. I thought it was impressive. Not to make it weird. Jeez. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, what we're going to do is get into your dispatches, your emails. All of that is on the way. Also, Alligator Alcatraz, teased but not yet delivered upon. And guess what? It's coming up in just a moment. In fact, you might say it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Slow traffic continues on I-4 eastbound this morning between the Greenway exit and 535. Now looking at accident activity blocking the eastbound left lane on Colonial Drive at the Orange Blossom Trail intersection. No delays for those who need to travel on the Beach Line or the Greenway this morning. If you come across traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Sam's Club. Are you ready for some locked-in summer value? At Sam's Club until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like sunscreen and ice cream. Go sign up for a membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Prepare yourself, Mount Dora, for a Real Radio takeover this July 3rd. And join us for Central Florida's best fireworks display at Freedom on the waterfront. The Monsters in the Morning, The News Junkie, and The Jim Colbert Show will be broadcasting live from 3 different locations in the city of Mount Dora. Sponsored by ePass. The Monsters will be at Pisces Rising to start the day. The News Junkie will be broadcasting live from Whiskey Kitchen, courtesy of JustCallMo.com, Orlando's injury lawyer. And The Jim Colbert Show will be at the Yardery. That night at Elizabeth Evans Park, it'll be free, family-friendly fun with live music from David Cook from American Idol, plus Cat Ridgeway, a kids area, food vendors, and Central Florida's best drone and fireworks display. Join us Thursday, July 3rd for a Real Radio takeover of Mount Dora. Get the details at realradio.fm/freedom.
Man, I'm excited for the summer. Going to the beach, hanging out by the pool, barbecue, having drinks. But all of that is getting a little more expensive. That's where Sam's Club is coming to the rescue with locked-in summer values. Until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items. And that's from paper plates to trash bags, sunscreen, even apple pie. I have my cart. It's a total no-brainer to join Sam's Club because locked-in summer values can help you save on all those things you need to have a great summer. Go sign up for that membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a fairer fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight, and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hey there, my sink is leaking water. I need help right now.
We're having a company
countrywide staring contest. Do you want to play?
But what about my sink?
Okay, me versus you.
No.
Ready, go.
No, I'm not playing. And you know what? I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, I almost blinked.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When it comes to plumbing problems, you want a helpful...
Hey, folks. Excuse me. How you doing? We're coming back in 3 minutes. 3 minutos. 3 montadinos. 3 wham bams. 3 minutes. C-Lane's playing music and he's not sharing it with you. I just want you to know this, all right? For those of you who are like supportive of Dolomite, look at this guy. He's jamming right now, playing on his guitar, singing something even, and he won't share it with you. What kind of bullshit is that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, we are coming back in 2 minutes now. 2 minutes. And it's going to get sexy when we come back. You bet your tits. Anybody watching Squid Game? Any Squid Game watchers? Zero buzz about that show. Zero buzz. Audience Rotten Tomatoes getting drilled. It's just not hitting for some reason. It's crazy. Love Island is all of the chatter, and none of the Squid Game action is working. Does C-Lane offer guitar lessons? Maybe, ask him.
Get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit. Call now. 407-337-5569.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-611-3113. That's 800-611-3113.
Mecum Auctions returns to Kissimmee July 9th through 12th with 1,500 vehicles up for auction, including muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, hot rods, customs, and more. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Become a bidder and get ready to bring home your dream car. Registration and tickets are available at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money, M-O-N-E-Y, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This is
I'll say something in just a second. I'll give you some insight to how things work around here in just a moment. But you can join us with your dispatches, your comments, video or audio dispatches. Send yours at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. One thing that's for sure is I as I watch a lot of the stuff that's grabbing people's attention right now, I'm reminded how much in the weird summer doldrums we are in terms of just like content in people's lives. And you might not notice this being in the middle of the rat race all the time, but people follow a pretty predictable pattern. And the pattern works something like this. After your big winter break where people do almost nothing for the month of December, most jobs just kind of grind to a halt in December. Then you come back. And the first week or so of January is a throwaway. Then people slowly get back into things. And then February, March, April, and May, you are like kind of at it again. People are back into the mix. June and July, and especially like right now, things get completely mixed up. A lot of radio shows don't even do live shows right now. We're not phoning it in for you. We're doing a live show. But the reason they do that is because everybody's off on vacations. Everybody's taking summer breaks. Everybody's got the kids home from school, so the schedules are different. Everything is different. The summer.
So did you guys have a good Halloween last weekend?
The summer is topsy-turvy. What, did I screw up my timeline?
No, you were just promising that we were live, and I was trying to derail.
Yeah. No, we are legitimately live.
Foiled.
So many other people take off in radio these couple of weeks here, and yet we are live today because we love you. And we care about you. Mm-hmm. We're the only ones. But this is like a weird area. Like even me with making videos and stuff, I've kind of put a pause for the next couple of weeks because everybody is so tuned out and people kind of want different things. Right now, content that has been hitting for so long is failing. Content that has been like, you can lean on it, you can rely on it, is failing in a big way. One of those things is the obvious one, Squid Game. Squid Game came out. It was an international phenomenon. It melted the ratings.
I watched all of it yesterday.
I haven't watched it yet.
It was huge when
it
came out. Season two came out. Season 2. And then season 3 just came out. Yes. Now, the problem is there is no season 3. It's just they took season 2 and just chopped it in half and said, we're going to stop at this point. And we're gonna come back later. I don't think there's anything that could tell me otherwise, right? Like
Have you watched it yet?
No, what I'm saying is I think they filmed season 2 and then decided as a strategic move to stretch it out and release it as seasons 2 and then seasons 3. Like there is no real season 3. It's just nonsense. But it has fallen with an absolute dud on the world. Like there is not a lot of people talking about this on most of the social platforms. There's not a lot of like just a water cooler discussion going on like there has previously with Squid Game. I heard, I have not checked this, so Celine, can you verify this? Look up Squid Game season 3 Rotten Tomatoes. I heard the audience score is dog water for this third season.
It was an interesting.
You watched it all?
We watched all of it yesterday.
Okay.
Like as soon as I got home from work, and we ended up watching the whole thing. There's certainly a ending to it. Mind you, I believe there is a bit of a cliffhanger, and I do not know if that means they're insinuating they're going to do
season 4
in a different way. But I will say, yeah, in that sense, it was gruesome. And everyone you love and rooting for.
Why isn't it hitting? Why isn't it hitting?
I think because people haven't had a long enough weekend to sit down and watch the whole thing.
They're all busy watching Love Island.
It's been out for what? Like well over a week or more now? Maybe even longer than that?
Yeah, but it's not week by week. It's like, are you going to watch all of it?
I think they screwed up by splitting the season and people lost interest in between the two seasons. And I think people are in a different summer mode. You are with talk radio. You are with videos online. You are with absolutely everything.
50% popcorn meter, 80% tomato.
Yeah, that's not great. 50% on the audience score on this season 3. I don't know what season 2 and season 1 have, but something tells me it's better than that. The shows that were like, you could rely on them aren't drumming up any buzz. The Bear is out with another season right now. Haven't heard but maybe one person talk about it. I've seen a couple of TikTok videos. Like these things aren't dominating the conversation anymore. The thing that isn't even on television. It's not even broadcast on television. It's Love Island. Whether you love it or hate it or haven't heard anybody talking about it. I haven't heard anybody talking about this, Sean. You're probably not plugged in because, trust me, all of the social channels, everything,
Instagram, Twitter, y'all
everything is absolutely honed in on the world of Love Island. 1,000%. That one is popping off. It's trending big time. These other shows, The Bear is back. I think people are done with The Bear. I think people are like, we had
people
fun.
are done with The Bear for sure.
We enjoyed the first season. The second season was like, whatever. And then
it is going so slow. We are actually watching The Bear. We're watching season, 3 now? Is this season 3? Or is it 4?
They left off with also a cliffhanger.
Right.
At that moment. And I'll have to watch the last episode until I start that again. But
it was about a review that they got.
I'm
you
not
didn't know with how the review went.
Gunning to get to the TV and watch it. But I think at this point, when you're at a season 3 or 4, you've got your loyal followers for a show like that, or you've got something like Love Island, which is every day and reality, and people you can easily make fun of.
And it's mindless.
Love Island is blowing everything up. Trust me when I say, rip Bachelor, rip Bachelorette, rip Bachelor in Paradise.
Been around though.
But not like now. Now a different thing has happened. The main girl from Love Island, Huda, the girl's getting the most attention.
It's Huda, as in Huda, woulda, shoulda?
Huda, woulda, shoulda. The main girl in it, who's getting the most attention for her drama, I think she's coming up on 1 million followers. People used to just get involved in the Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, all this rubbish reality television, because they wanted to be influencers, and they would start out and they knew that they could get a significant amount of followers on Instagram. Now they go on one of these shows, they're on broadcast television, and they end up with like 35, 45,000 followers. That does not a career make. You can't do anything with that. But Love Island is launching them, baby. It's like, it's pushing them into the stratosphere.
Where do you go from there?
It doesn't matter. Once you go on one of those shows and get a mil followers on a social platform, you can start making actual money. You can twist it into something
what's
and make cash.
Interesting is the because of the algorithm, and you have to be in the, I think, Instagram and TikTok, if you got the algorithm on your side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrolling through, and it's like the plastic surgeon that did Huda's nose, rhinoplasty. It was like, look at Huda right now. It's however many weeks out, and it still looks fantastic. All the hashtags. And I'm wondering, like, does Huda have any idea that her plastic surgeon just posted that she had a plastic
There's
surgery?
no way she could keep up with it right now. No way she can keep up with it. All I'm saying,
to her phone.
that one blonde girl, I hope her plastic surgeons are not coming out and celebrating anything, because that lady with the alien face, she did herself dirty.
The one that can't talk too much?
There's one that has had so much plastic surgery at such a young age, and I saw a photo of her
21-year-old little Barbie?
Yeah, and she looked pretty before. She looked like a pretty young woman, and she had so much plastic surgery, she turned herself into an alien, and it looks bad. Anyhow, all that's aside, people are going to new stuff. It's the summer. People are choosing different things, and I think people are done with some of the mainstays. The Bear, Celine, I don't know if this is a good take on this, but I'm flipping through. Oh, I don't want to spoil, so I'll obfuscate around this a little bit. But I'm flipping through TikTok, and there's a scene where it's like a very exaggerated acting scene, and they use the name of the show, of the series, in the scene.
Right.
And it's two people talking to each other, and they use the name of the series. And I watched that, and I was like, I don't even care about this anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't know why these things died off.
The name of the series is the name of the restaurant, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to do anything.
All right.
I don't want to screw it up. But
this might be further than I'm in.
Could be. I don't know. I know I've seen some things, and I go, why is all this stuff falling off? Why are people less interested in it? Is it a summer thing? Is it like, I'll get around to it when I can thing? Like,
when I have the moment to binge all of it.
Maybe people are putting the brakes on stuff before they go deep and start watching all of these things. I don't know exactly what it is, but something in me tells me there's a change that has taken place here. There is some sort of change that has taken place. Let us know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now.
Somebody said on the texting service about Squid Game, at least, The shock value is over. They play a game where people die. We know now it's not like the first season. It was pretty like, especially those first couple episodes
Daunting.
where everybody's just getting picked off left and right.
Shock value.
Yeah, but I guess
this last
now they're
season
used to
definitely had some shock to it.
I think people are just
liked
over all the same stuff. You know what else is getting crapped on? Have you guys seen any of the reviews for the new Jurassic Park? People are saying, I don't know how this is so boring. It's a dinosaur movie, and it's toast. All of it is toast.
But you say that, and then Bloodlines, Final Destination, pretty good.
That worked. They rebooted that in a way that made sense, and people digged it or enjoyed it. Dug it. Yeah, that sounds better. Let me go to what I was talking about earlier. Sabrina censored this video, Sealand, of the. He's 12 years old.
Yeah, not 6.
Okay,
Sean.
He's a little kid. I don't know how old little kids are. He's a little kid. And it's a little kid in his booth. His name is Cage Archer, if you'd like to look him up.
Yeah, he also must be nice to have that great equipment.
I don't know. It's pretty cheap now to get stuff, isn't it? Like, get
Look
a
at
little
the setup. Listen to the sound and post.
The sound is good for what it is. But I was like, man, how is a 12-year-old doing this? All right, you think you could do the same thing?
Yeah, give
Here
me
he is.
that same reverb. Absolutely.
Here's Cage Archer. This is the video I was talking about.
I got my teeth on the I feel the feeling goes up.
I had like a rubber ducky in the bathtub at 12 still, I think. Like, I was not...
You had a rubber ducky in the bathtub at 38.
That's
I mean, hate is a strong word. What I have said in the past and what I always stand by
How
is
can people listen to this?
I don't understand how you could just cruise around in your car and blast music like
love
this. It seems so like antisocial.
It gets me going.
It seems crazy. But this is a 12-year-old. Okay, I'm a sick mother effer with a violent nature. Bro, you're 12.
I think this might be a cover.
It is? I don't know if it's a cover. It could be a cover. But either way, the idea of a 12-year-old singing, I'm a sick mother effer with a violent nature.
You don't have any, you have 2 pubes.
I'm like, come on, buddy. You never even been in a fight. Is it?
Yeah.
He's like rocking some Hyper Veil out at 12 years old, like the youngest kid listen to this stuff. Man, I don't know. I couldn't.
I mean, he has a good scream. I'm curious as he develops.
It's going to change.
How that's going to go.
Yeah, 12. I know I've been a 12-year-old boy before. Your voice at 12 is not your voice that you keep for the rest of your life.
When I was like 13, 14, I wanted so badly to learn how to scream. Like I was obsessed with the screamo bands. I remember texting or AIMing, instant messaging, aiming with a friend of mine who was in a band, and I know like one of the members could do a scream. Like, how do you do it? And then here I am at 35 years old. Now I can do it, and I feel like I know how it went, but
where's your Cage Archer video? Where's you belting out I Prevail?
I would have had to grab a digital camera. I would get all of 25 seconds before the memory card was full. I had to transfer it over to the PC, Linux, and then MySpace.
I'm talking about 2025.
Oh, well, come to my shows and you would see it.
You're not singing like this. I know what happens at your shows.
Smash the Windows, available on all the streaming platforms as me screaming. No
Is Screamo? Is you screaming like this?
Yep, and I can't play it without censoring it as well.
Oh, well,
But
Cage Archer is already censored for me.
I wonder how puberty is going to go with that.
It's going to ruin everything.
that way.
You have to make him a eunuch. You have to. Maybe for his parents.
Maybe it works backwards. Like because he
castrate him.
He has this voice now, and then puberty turns him into a guy that sounds like a pussy.
I watched this movie. Oh, I don't remember the name of it.
Radio guy, such a goddamn off.
Chat, somebody set me straight on this because I don't even know if this is Googleable.
Okay.
I watched this movie that was a mockumentary about metal bands.
Spinal Tap?
There was a guy in it that his character had such a deep voice, like his metal voice was such a deep voice that he had to hit from a helium pipe so that he could speak normally with people.
Oh.
Like it's fake, obviously. It's a mockumentary.
I love a
thing.
mockumentary.
This character was like this.
Fun.
This guy's voice was so deep that he had to like hit from a pipe and have helium so that he could speak to all the other people who were trying to understand him for interviews and stuff.
I'm in.
I forgot what it was.
Blue
but
Velvet?
I don't know. Maybe it was like a metal band documentary thing that Courtney found. You know, the weird world of music and movies that she runs into. But God, it was something. Barbara on YouTube says, let's interview the parents. Interesting. His parents definitely are into this. They must be like into this kind of music and like introducing him.
Happy.
Cage Archer on TikTok. I can't even pretend. Dude, go get on your bicycle, Cage, okay?
He can't. It's raining outside.
But you got to pedal around the neighborhood and explore things, watch the Goonies.
Too busy watching Love Island.
He's making some money, though, I think. I don't know. I haven't seen. Hold on. Let me.
Look at the lighting. Look at the microphone. Like, his parents are paying for this stuff, too.
I don't think it's super expensive to do that these days, honestly. I don't.
Do you mind taking your top off?
That's TikTok. Just for the record, there's a TikTok video. I pulled up TikTok.com, all right?
Yeah, so your algorithm.
My algorithm.
Taking your top off so we can see your breasts.
It's just a normal video that pops up.
I don't have that one.
It's from a movie or something.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
FYP. Okay, it's got 100,000 likes on it. I'm not in some creepy algorithm slop.
100,001.
All right, what was his name? Cage Archer?
I don't know. Say it one more time. Buy an ad.
For the record, just to do this on the web, I logged in with my Gmail account, so there is no algorithm. Here he is performing with God of Fire.
I don't know if that has curse words, dude.
No, I'm not playing it. Okay. Well, here's two things. One, it says Cage Archer, 77,000 followers, which is not that high on TikTok. And then it says page ran by parents. So, like,
Mom and Dad.
He's in Wichita, Kansas, and his parents are running the account for him. Go get him, Cage. Do your thing, man. All right, we still have to get to Alligator Alcatraz. It's on the horizon here. We will be digging into what's happening here.
Love Island on Alligator Alcatraz.
That would be an epic season. I would absolutely watch.
Short-lived, but epic.
Probably, yeah. There's a couple of deaths involved, and that would just get him more press, even more so than now. All right, quick break. When we come back, Alligator Alcatraz, there was a whole press conference and everything. What'd they say? We'll go over that. The big, beautiful bill, I guess. They passed that in the Senate or something. New technology that I hate. I hate this idea. And if you're somebody who drives and doesn't want to get tickets, you're probably going to dislike this too. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
Monsters in the morning.
No, we don't want a stale ass trivia question.
It is stale, and I'm going to get rid of it, and that's why I want to blow it right now so I can throw it away.
Hold on a second. Say that again.
The Monsters in the morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Slow traffic continues on I-4 eastbound this morning between the Greenway exit and 535. Now looking at accident activity blocking the eastbound left lane on Colonial Drive at the Orange Blossom Trail intersection. No delays for those who need to travel on the Beach Line or the Greenway this morning. If you come across traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Shop Mattress Firm's July 4th sale and reclaim your restless nights. Choose from a curated premium selection of mattresses to find just the upgrade you're looking for. Get matched, sleep at night.
Summertime is here, oh, Hoagie Fest, here I come. Hoagie Fest, Hoagie Fest, yeah, Wawa's got the hoagies and I'm gonna get me some. Hoagie Fest, Hoagie Fest.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. We're mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of savings.
Hoagie Fest, here I come.
Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage, NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
It's July, and we are certainly celebrating our independence, but maybe it's time for you to declare independence from the unknown. Life Imaging FLA gives you the power to detect disease early so you can live with confidence, not questions. With Life Imaging FLA's free heart scan, you can look inside and see those issues that could be arising. That way you can build a long-term plan with your primary care doctor. And remember, there are no injections. You do not have to take off your clothes. This entire process only takes a few minutes. So do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their full body cancer screening for the ultimate peace of mind. You can do both scans in under 10 minutes. So guys, it's time to be proactive and not reactive. Make your appointment today. It could not be easier. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teens require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Cruising out of Port Canaveral? Don't forget to visit Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. Soak up the sun, ride the waves, shop a little, and enjoy Cocoa Beach's legendary laid-back beach vibes. Cocoa Beach is perfect for adventure seekers, families, or a beautiful date with a sunset finish. Vacation mode starts at Cocoa Beach, the perfect stop for your sea voyage. Don't miss the boat. Plan your visit today at LegendaryCocoaBeach.com. That's LegendaryCocoaBeach.com.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight, and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
Your cruise is booked, but why rush to the port when you can start your vacation early? The legendary Cocoa Beach is your ultimate pre-cruise paradise, just minutes from Port Canaveral. Stretch out on sandy shores, surf some waves, or kayak with dolphins before you set sail. Need a hotel? Cocoa Beach has plenty, plus shuttle packages to get you to the ship on time. Why wait for the ship to start having fun? Book your adventure now at LegendaryCocoaBeach.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Summertime is here, oh, Hoagie Fest, here I come. Hoagie Fest, Hoagie Fest. Yeah, Wawa's got the hoagies, and I'm gonna get me some.
Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. We're mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of savings.
Hoagie Fest, here I come.
Gotta have a Wawa.
Enjoy the long weekend with Casey Kasem and Classic American Top 40.
Hello again, and welcome to American Top 40. My name's Casey Kasem, and here comes our special year-end survey.
All weekend, it's every year-end countdown in order and commercial-free, plus the very first AT40 show from July 4th, 1970.
I'm Casey Kasem with the #1 song of the year.
Just open the free iHeart app, search Classic AT40, and make it a preset now.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This is
Friends, you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. You can send a dispatch. Maybe it's about something I said, or Sealand, or Sabrina, or whatever. Maybe it's just a thing you want to get off your shoulders and your chest. Do it. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now. We'll get into some emails in just a bit here. I want to talk about Alligator Alcatraz, which I kind of think could have been a good idea. I don't know if Alligator Alcatraz is a good idea just for like the ICE arrest. That seems like kind of a waste. I think that Florida should have leaned into, like, we are going to have a place that is the worst of the worst, and our criminals that are the worst among them are going to go to this Alligator Alcatraz and then do the whole thing up like, even if you escape, you're probably going to get eaten. Like, I think that would have been fine as an attitude corrector for antisocial losers out there who might want to engage in some criminal activity. Like, you want to go to Alligator Alcatraz? Right now, my rolling theory tends to be that all of this stuff is kind of to continue, and it's worked very well at this so far, to deter people from entering the U.S. illegally, to deter people from crossing the border or overstaying visas, and to say, like, all of these things. You might go to Gitmo, you might go to Alligator Alley. All of these things are to deter.
Gitmo's still cranking?
It's a place, but they've talked about bringing some of the illegal immigrants there for a while, and then they backed off of that because I don't think it was very feasible. I think
it doesn't seem financially responsible. Like, we're gonna fly them to Cuba.
Yeah, that whole facility costs a lot to keep people over there to begin with, but Alligator Alcatraz is the thing. And there was a whole event. Trump was out there talking about things. I got some of him talking about this. He had a couple of comments around this that got attention. So let's dive in. Let's see what we got. Here's the press conference first. I see Trump rocking. His hat of choice is a Gulf of America hat for this. He's at this event. There he goes. See what he says about the...
He's done a fantastic job. Even the microphone works well. That's good.
Alligator Alcatraz.
Why do you sound surprised?
Well, I'd like to just thank everybody for the incredible job they've done. I love the state. As you know, Ron and I have had a really great relationship for a long time. We had a little off period for a couple of days.
You sure about that? He said we were a little off there for a couple of days. I don't know. I think during those primaries, it was more than a couple of days, but maybe they've made up now.
It didn't last long, and a lot of respect for each other. And it's a great honor to be deep in Florida, the Florida Everglades, to open America's newest migrant detention center. It's incredibly built, and you're seeing that yourself. That's why I said, let the press join us on our walk so they can see what's happening. It's known as Alligator Alcatraz, which is very appropriate because I looked outside and that's not a place I want to go hiking anytime soon.
You hike,
very soon, this facility will house some of the most menacing migrants, some of the most vicious people on the planet.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by miles of treacherous swampland, and the only way out is really deportation. And a lot of these people are self-deporting back to their country where they came from.
So he's talking about the launch of this place. The one thing was, when they're talking about it being big and beautiful, you must know they didn't build anything here. This is a place that's been there. It just was an unused facility with...
they were going to. Originally, they wanted it to be, I think, like the major competitor to Miami International Airport. But
yeah, an airport. So there's a landing strip, but they're building something to...
They might be adding on to it, but when they're talking about like touring the media around and seeing the buildings and stuff, there's nothing that they've built specifically for this. It's just like they located a place that they thought they wanted to use. There was talk for like 5 seconds of actually reopening Alcatraz, and maybe they realized that was a financial nightmare to get into. I don't know, but now we're at this place, and Alligator Alcatraz
it already
is all the
has its own
rage.
Wikipedia page.
Does it really?
Yeah, well,
Look at that.
First of all, the airport itself, which is technically called Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport, and just not used for a whole lot, except apparently since it's got a 2-mile long runway, they used to bring out exotic cars to just speed down the runway because it's long enough that they could hit 200 miles an hour.
Oh, I'm trying to bring up the wiki. Is the wiki's not titled Alligator? Oh no, yeah, you're right. Dade Collier Training and Transportation Airport,
but if you transition airport, but if you scroll down, there's a link to an actual
transgenders are there.
Alligator Alcatraz Wikipedia page.
All right, yeah. So Homestead Reserve Base, detention center. Okay, Alligator Alcatraz. Here it is. The informal name for the large and rapid build immigration detention facility being erected. So they're talking about like the building of stuff in the Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport. The compound is designed to relieve pressure on federal immigration jails by housing up to 5,000 detainees in a remote area surrounded by alligator and python-filled wetlands. And they're obviously doing a callback to Alcatraz, the federal penitentiary in San Francisco, that started all this. So let's see what else Trump said about old Alligator Alcatraz.
We're amazed at actually the number. We took the FEMA money that Joe Biden allocated to pay for the free luxury hotel rooms, where he's paying hundreds of millions of dollars in New York City, and we used it to build this project. And Nirana was just a little fraction of that money. The money they spent on that project, I happen to know the real estate developer. He's he never really made that much. But he became very wealthy. With luxury, he didn't do well. With people that are not exactly luxury, he's made a fortune.
What is
I want to thank Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer. Where is James?
Where's James?
You do a very good job. I hear good things. I hear good things about you from Ron too. No, you really do. He's even a good-looking guy. That guy's got a future, huh?
Kiss him in the mouth.
Good job, James. I hear you did really, really fantastic.
James, I hear you're fantastic. You're doing a great job. So they keep talking about this like they actually have built up a bunch of stuff out there. The first I ever heard of all this Alligator Alcatraz was that one politician did the video, and he was out there.
Who was that? Do you remember?
I can't remember who it was.
Was it
a sheriff?
Maybe. I don't remember. Maybe you guys can look that up. But it was the person that made the video, and then from there it seemingly came out of nowhere. But Trump has been talking about this for a bit now, and somebody even said, I think Fox News asked him, with Alligator Alcatraz, is the idea that if some illegal immigrant escapes, they'll just be eaten by an alligator? And here he is talking about that.
And with the Alligator Alcatraz, it's the idea that if some illegal immigrant escapes, they just get eaten by an alligator or a snake or something?
I guess that's the concept. This is not a nice business. I guess that's the concept. If snakes are fast, but alligators are, but we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison, how to run away.
All right. He's saying we're going to, wait, why would you teach them how to run? Why would you teach them how to run in a zigzag away from an alligator?
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
That doesn't seem like it's going to keep them in there.
Didn't that get debunked? The zigzag thing.
That may have been one of those Mythbusters things. It might have been. Here's one more clip of him talking about the fact is they were touring this facility that Biden wanted to arrest him and put him in prison there.
A security sweep because there have been civilians here, so they will sweep this multiple times to make sure there's nothing can be used as weapons or any contraband. And then once that's
Governor
cleared,
DeSantis here.
they'll do. So it's really up to Secretary. I know has got people in the queue, and so they'll be ready to receive.
I think our viewers at home should note that this is air-conditioned facility, so if any of the news claims are keeping them out in hot, humid South Florida, that is wrong. It's probably 62 degrees here, to be honest.
Hey, Biden wanted me in here, okay? He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here, that son of a bitch.
He can't help but mention
that
Biden.
Son of a bitch.
Every time he talks in front of
I
the
don't
press.
remember a mention of that. I don't remember that. Like, I literally do not remember Alligator Alcatraz ever being mentioned before this. This is the first thing that I've ever kind of heard of it. But there you go. Tell us what you think about it. And send your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. Or, of course, emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, we'll get to this new technology that is not great for any of us, especially those of us who are out there driving on the streets.
Yay.
Who want to keep a little bit of money in your pocket. We'll also talk about, I guess they passed the big, beautiful bill in the Senate. What does that mean? What does it mean for you? An update in jury duty. Well, close to that. We'll do an update maybe a little bit after jury duty on the Disney cruise and the young girl who fell overboard and her dad who rescued her. But in jury duty, believe it or not, of all people, Mario Lopez has arrived. He is going to be
I've been hearing
featured
about this.
And this is pretty crazy, this whole case that's coming up against Mario Lopez here. He is losing his mind about this lawsuit. He is losing his mind. Why is he being sued? Wait till you hear these details. It's pretty incredible, and it's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Magic landed a veteran point guard on the first day of free agency. The team has reached a one-year, $7 million deal with Tyus Jones. ESPN named Florida State one of the big winners in football recruiting during June, saying the Seminoles are poised for Mike Norvell's biggest class yet. And Boston's Wilyer Abreu, he became the first big leaguer with a grand slam and inside the park homer in the same game since 1958 last night. I'm Scott Davidson.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
Folks, the heat of the summer is here, and when it's not raining, it is hot outside. Your AC, is it not working like it's supposed to? Is your electric bill higher than you're used to seeing it? All these things would require you, in any smart scenario, to reach out to a great company, Mills Air. Mills Air is there to help you out with your AC. Your air conditioner goes bad, don't try to YouTube it. Don't try to fix it yourself. End up getting zapped. End up breaking things worse than they are. The techs at Mills Air are instructed to do one of two things. One, help you out immediately and get your AC back up and running in the cheapest way possible so that they can make you a customer for life. Or two, give you the unfortunate bad information that you might need a new carrier unit, but then give you the good info that they got financing for basically everybody out there, and then get you huge rebates toward a new carrier unit. That softens the blow. You'd be amazed what you could save on your power bill as well. So if you need help with your AC, there's no better place. Turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you ready for some locked-in summer value? At Sam's Club until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items, including summer must-haves like sunscreen and ice cream. Go sign up for a membership and join Sam's Club today at samsclub.com/join.
Preparing you
for the impending robot uprising.
This is the News Junkie.
Couple of things rolling through the court systems, and Mario Lopez is raging. Why is he being sued? It's the most insane reason, and I think I might be copping a lawsuit on this real quick here, too. So we shall see. Emails, tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and anonymous emails this show. First off, thank you, Sean, for bringing up the thing about Google Maps and being able to blur your house. That's awesome advice. Well, anonymous, not everybody agrees. There's some people who think this advice is not awesome. Christopher Lee. And I'm with you. Thank you, Anonymous. It says, second, I have a sore throat and wonder what you think helped get you a little better. Love you all. Thank you for making my work bearable. Well, we're happy to be with you through work like anybody else would be, Anonymous, number one. Number two, I don't know how to beat this stupid cold. If it's razor blade, COVID, or whatever it is, I don't know what it is. All I know is it doesn't go away. It's annoying.
Sean beat it by sucking down medicine.
No. Okay, all right. Yeah, I did that. I did. I tried my best.
Why'd you say no?
Because I thought you were going another direction on the advice front. But let's go to this instead. Another anonymous email, and put that right on top if you'd like to be anonymous, to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. This message is for the drivers who are new to the area or for drivers who are not aware of driving laws and customs. If you are driving on the road in the left lane of traffic while it's raining and there are either 1 or 2 lanes of traffic to your right, you need to move over to one of those lanes if you plan on driving slower than the lanes of traffic to your right. While driving in the far left lane, you do not need to be driving much slower than the posted speed limit or driving so slow that all the traffic is in the lanes to your right.
Somebody had a
passing
bad traffic day.
I love that they are texting that while it's pouring rain.
You also do not need to put on your hazard lights. Oh,
Yeah,
buddy.
no, you can, though.
You're allowed to legally, but people hate that one. Sean, if you read this public service announcement, it may assist in keeping traffic from slowing down when it's unnecessary. Godspeed. Godspeed. Also, if you read this message prior to and returning from every commercial break, I will grant you your wish of having larger hands. I can't guarantee that your hands won't be made from scissors, though. Love you, Anonymous. Thank
Small
you
dig at
for
the end.
the email. It doesn't hurt me, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Now what we're going to do, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Mario Lopez is mad. He's big mad. We'll get into why in just a moment.
Listen, Preppy.
What's that from? Saved by the Bell. Is that him going after? No, Preppy can't be him going after Screech.
No, it's him going after
Zach
girl on the diet pills.
Oh, that diet pill episode?
Preppy was it was caffeine pills. Preppy was Zach Morris.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Mario Lopez is very mad. He's been served, and somebody's suing him.
Video going full viral.
The video is funny. It's him in his front yard, and somebody serves him like, "Gotcha, Mario," or whatever, and he's like, "Ah!"
Happy Father's Day.
He's
It was
so
on
mad.
Father's Day.
He gets served in this lawsuit. He's being sued for $25 million. I have to be careful in this segment.
Why? Because you're so excited to do the same suing?
No, I'd just rather not be added to the lawsuit. But he's being sued by a woman. You probably don't know the name Desiree Townsend.
Oh, D-Town?
You'll know this, all right? This is the original report that brought her into my world, at least. She was a former Redskins cheerleader who got something that she called dystonia. And here's the story.
She's the beautiful cheerleader whose heartbreaking story is shocking the nation.
No way. The same girl?
25-year-old Desiree Jennings showed me how she can't walk without twisting, jerky movements. But she walks backwards normally.
So this is a woman who had said she got the swine flu vaccine, and then afterwards the only way she could walk or like move was backwards.
And this was like early viral. Did we even talk about her? I feel like we talked about it, and then I don't
remember what year this came out.
But say the ending of it.
It's old looking footage.
Yeah,
It turns out she was faking it.
Well, you watch out over there. Allegedly, all right?
Allegedly?
Yeah, you watch yourself.
Proven.
So she is suing Mario Lopez for $25 million. Mario Lopez shared a clip on his Instagram, I believe, all right? She claims that she'll pay this $25 million payout to the Women in Media organization. She's not trying to get rich off.
Mama getting some baby.
Are you a member of that organization?
Yeah, I'm a woman in the media.
I didn't ask that.
He got sued, Mario Lopez. In the complaint, she accused the TV host of using a false statement that damaged her personal and professional reputation. She further claimed Lopez's comment triggered her reputational harm, emotional distress, and online harassment against her, all while dehumanizing and defaming a woman living with a rare neurological disability. She alleged Lopez made the comment knowingly to boost his own social media engagement. All he did was repost the video of this and said something to the effect of she should get Actor of the Year or hashtag method actor.
There's got to be some kind of award for this performance with the hashtag method actor and hashtag Oscar worthy.
When did he post that?
That's all he posted. He posted this
last year
on Instagram. Only posted the video and said there's got to be some type of award for this performance for this woman who was doing this. He was saying basically she was pretending.
Doctors say she has a rare 1 in a million neurological disorder that was triggered 10 days after she got a seasonal flu shot.
Started with me not being able to eat without passing out.
You couldn't eat without passing out? I visited Desiree and her husband Brendan
She's not married anymore, by the way.
Virginia,
Why?
to see what their daily life is like. She has to go up and down stairs backwards because something as simple as walking forward can be dangerous. And here's the unusual part about the disorder. Take a look at this. Desiree can run just fine. It's only when she stops. You see, that's where the spasms start. You can walk backwards, though.
Guys, allegedly laughing.
I'm really laughing.
I mean,
she's
Mario
suing him-
Lopez cannot be the only one in this lawsuit. Because
No, there's other people too. But like the claim is that he is defaming her for saying that she was acting or putting on a performance here. That's a really hard lawsuit to win, and here's why. You have to prove that he essentially knew or should have known that this was not some sort of performance, and it was an actual like medical malady that you had, and he was trying to sort of lie about you to defame you in your name. Amongst many other things you have to prove. But I think, how do I say this without joining the lawsuit? Okay.
You're allowed to give your opinion.
Well, all he did was give his opinion.
Right. Don't
but
use hashtag.
He said it matter-of-factly, kind of, I guess. Okay. I will say that to suggest that this woman was acting in the viral clip that we just played for you is not some insane, unhinged take, but in fact something that probably most people would think. The fact of the matter is, what you're looking at here was something that no doctors could explain. Doctors were saying that this was very likely some sort of mental trip up that was happening with this woman, and that she, a lot of times they work their way out of it. I'll give you another example. We talked to somebody on the show one time. You guys remember this way back when? We talked to somebody on the show who they got hit in the head and they developed a foreign accent.
Foreign accent syndrome, correct.
Yeah, they had foreign accent syndrome. And when doctors look at this, they have no idea why it happens, but it's like a mental issue that comes up. It's not a physical issue, a mental issue that comes up, and it usually works itself out over time, which is probably exactly what happened to this woman. So I don't know that she has there's some case here. It's not as if this is a woman with some she really had this thing that all the medical community agreed on, and then Mario Lopez tried to bully her or something. You're going to have to sue everybody in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, and for the last 10 years, it's very interesting that it was Mario Lopez. I mean, she must be trying to sue other people.
Yeah. Well, he's a big
person
name.
And one, it was ABC News.
Look. Blue Shirt 38 on YouTube. Can you believe there were smooth brains out there that actually believed this act? Dystonia is real, but she lied about having it. Seriously, funniest video. Props to the girl in the video for hilarious acting. I love the Kermit the Frog voice when she was having an episode, in quotes. And all of the people in the comments, doctors say really means she told me that her doctor said, in case you're confused. When my mom asked me to clean my room, walk it out. So the Oscar goes to Desiree Jennings. Clap, clap, clap. These are 9 years ago comments on the YouTube video. This was common conversation at the time, but now she's suing Mario Lopez for $25 million for that. And he didn't even, there's just one line about it. What do you think? Should he be sued? Should she win? Let us know your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Back in just a moment. Didn't get to this new technology that I hate, that anybody who drives who doesn't want to get charged even more money is probably going to hate. An update in the Brian Kohlberger case. That's the situation also in Idaho where all the college kids were killed. Some big news there. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with Night 2 of the Mount Dora Summer Night Series with Ryan Holmes from the Monsters in the Morning, July 12th. Details at realradio.fm/comedy.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Slow traffic continues on I-4 eastbound this morning between the Greenway exit and 535. Now looking at accident activity blocking the eastbound left lane on Colonial Drive at the Orange Blossom Trail intersection. No delays for those who need to travel on the Beach Line or the Greenway this morning. If you come across traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association Outline Drink Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations. 1 explosive season. Top fueling, funny cars, promos. You are in the stands. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. It's IHRA.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Summertime means poker time, and your shot at Vegas. Get ready for the Real Radio Texas Hold'em Charity Poker Tournament, presented by JustCallMo.com, benefiting the mustard seed of Central Florida. It's all going down Saturday, August 16th at the Orlando Science Center, and the top player wins a trip to Las Vegas. Our poker tournament may be sold out, but you can still bid on a seat at the Solar Source final table in our live auction. Plus, you can hang with your favorite Real Radio personalities in the That Mortgage Guy Don Casino. Enjoy food from Hard Rock Cafe Orlando and a free drink courtesy of Mills Air. Casino passes are on sale now. Don't miss out. Get all the details at realradio.fm/poker. Thanks to Just Call Mo, Solar Source, That Mortgage Guy Don, Mills Air, Hard Rock Cafe Orlando, and Fun Planners. Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com. Eye Candy Energy Drink. The official drink of the summer is here. 3 delicious flavors. Original, sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. Get yours at EyeCandyEnergyDrink.com. Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite. Life-changing dentistry.
Download the new and improved free iHeart Radio app. Listen to thousands of radio stations anywhere you go. Plus features like the radio dial, podcasts, artist stations, and more. Powered by City Kia, Central Florida's favorite auto dealer.
Whoa, make that switch to City Kia.
Hey, comedy fans, ready to lose your mind laughing? Saturday, July 12th, it's comedy night at the Mount Dora Music Hall, starring Ryan Holmes. Yeah, that Ryan Holmes from Real Radio 104.1. Plus a crew of savage special guests bringing the heat all night. One front row for the madness. VIP tickets are up for grabs, and they're going fast. Get them at MountDoraComedy.com. That's MountDoraComedy.com. Doors at 7, show at 8. Bring your crew. Bring your laugh. Leave your filter at home.
Yes, it's true that most injury attorneys don't cost you a dime unless they get you money for your injuries. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. It pains me to hear people still don't know that you don't have to pay me up front. Never deal with the insurance companies alone. They have a team of lawyers, and you should have a team too. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or call me at 1-800-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando.
Introducing a completely reimagined Dick's and an all-new Golf Galaxy Performance Center. 2 sports destinations unlike any other. with an expanded assortment of the latest styles, the best gear to improve your game, and interactive experiences. Perfect your swing in our TrackMan golf simulators. Plus, discover expert services. Welcome to your new Dick's and Golf Galaxy Performance Center. Now open at Plaza Colina.
Looking to save some? Then contact Eustace Roofing. Right now, they are offering 10% off new roof installations now until July 31st. Invest in your home's future and get a free estimate at eustaceroofing.com.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets, where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises, and days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles of scenic coastline in Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of exhilaration and rejuvenation. Start your summer getaway now at floridashistoriccoast.com.
Orlando, we're here to let you know that FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roofing contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. Trust the leader. Trust FAS Exteriors. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, credit, C-R-E-D-I-T, credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Junkie.
That's when you tell somebody about this here show and say, hey, I think you might like this. You like this kind of stuff? I think you might dig this. Here's a link to the podcast. Here's a link to the live stream. Here's the station where I listen to it on. Check it out. Or you can go to thenewsjunkie.com. I'll tell you, my absolute favorite thing right now, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but my favorite thing is, and I don't know when this occurred, but I guess the Ying Yang Twins performed at SeaWorld.
Oh, so good.
Sean, you and I have the same
So good.
TikTok.
Did you guys see this?
It's fantastic. Not
So
only
funny.
Where
was
did you
there-
see it, Sean?
I don't even remember what platform I saw it on first, but I was just
obsessed.
scrolling.
And whoever panned, it was them and those and you have the standard stage with almost the pirate ship ropes.
Yeah,
and they're doing the thing, and then you pan over to the audience who's full twerking, getting it on, and it's midday. The sun is still out.
Well, we have to roll back here a little bit, go a little behind the scenes, just for the record, because we have thrown a lot of shows, concerts, and stuff over the years, and one that we did a long while back was we had the Ying Yang Twins. We had them perform at this event that we did.
And how all that came about was also fascinating.
They were great, right? They were they were great. It was funny because they had these ladies with them that were really territorial over all the girls that wanted to talk to them. One lady was she stood on stage with her purse the whole time, right next to the Ying Yang Twins.
And person vape, and no one else was allowed on stage because I had seen them at a smaller venue in town months prior, and there were more people on stage, including young women, than there were, I think, in the audience at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And because I knew the people at the venue, I was like, oh, I'll introduce myself. And then after some medical substances,
marijuana,
I said, hey, would you guys be up for maybe coming back? Yeah, no problem. Got the contact info. And then they come back. But wife of Ying or Yang was like, ain't nobody coming on stage. To the point
weird.
where I was about to go back on. She goes, what's up? And I go, I'm part of the show. And she goes, oh, yeah, come on down. And she's dancing.
They were territorial because I will tell you, as much as I look at Ying and Yang from the Ying Yang Twins and go, these guys shouldn't be swimming in pee, there's a lot of women who want to hang out with Ying Yang Twins, all right?
Decades.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a while. And so the funny thing about this is they're performing at SeaWorld, and SeaWorld usually has, God, I don't know, this is not fair. I was going to say SeaWorld usually has family acts. It's not necessarily true. They've had like Ludacris and all these other performers and stuff, but a lot of times they'll have like some more milk
It's usually toned down. Ludacris was kind of out there for the SeaWorld lineup, but I thought I was jealous about that one. But usually, like, you know, Edwin McCain.
Sure.
I think just like not classic rock.
Wilson Phillips.
Bare Naked Ladies, Wilson Phillips, all those kind of bands.
Not till the sweat dropped down your...
No, and so they're on this stage, and they're ripping their shirts off, and I'll give you a little bit of this. I'm not going to play the audio because they're cursing up a storm. No, not the video I'm looking at. Like, first of all, him dancing is so funny to me. Let's watch this, Sealand. So it's the guy from Ying Yang Twins dancing with his big distended belly, no shirt on, and then the whole crowd is ass shaking and twerking. And
if only a dolphin had just done a flip right in front of them, it would be the perfect concert.
I mean, I don't know if SeaWorld knew what they were getting into, but they dropped it on these people, and every single person is singing all of the filthy words and all of these songs back to the Ying Yang Twins, and it is such a thing.
To what? The Stingray experience. Good on you, SeaWorld. Good call.
They need to bring in a crowd. Maybe the other places aren't willing to touch some of these acts. And guess what? The crowd wants to dance to Ying Yang Twins. They want to have a party. They did it, right? So there they are, after all these years, still hanging out. At SeaWorld in particular, I guess, the Ying Yang Twins.
Souls.
Man, that was something else. I got a bunch of other grab bag stuff I need to hit.
Totally sent you that this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. No.
Where'd
you send it?
Oh, it says Sealand doesn't have the same algorithm. He never sees anything cool.
Where'd you send it to? To my email?
No, Instagram.
Oh, I don't see Instagram messages.
You got to send the links right to text. Do you think that SeaWorld had to pay him half cash or they wouldn't get out of the car?
Probably. That's what they did with us. They're like, look, we don't screw around. We want the cash and give it to
half
us.
Half check, half cash. And they were like, well, we have a full check here, so I guess we're going to figure this out.
I mean, you got to love it. Well, there was a lot of people like pearl clutching, but you don't have to go to SeaWorld.
Was this the same show with what's his face, something crazy, and you hired him for one song, acoustic show didn't happen.
Oh yeah.
Harvey Danger.
Harvey Danger and Ying Yang Twins.
Believe it or not, folks, we'll decode. That was Harvey Danger of Flagpole Sitta fame.
You're welcome.
Which you're singing there. Yeah, Harvey Danger played along with your band, and
but that was the same.
Did that song. Same show. Yeah. That was where
We've had some times, huh?
I had paid the lead singer of Harvey Danger to show up and just play the one song because come on, man, that song's a banger. But like
we planned for him to do more, but it ended up like sound wise not working out for him to do his private set while the DJ was playing.
What he did with Sabrina's band was awesome. Like it was great. People went nuts for it. But I also said like, hey, it's a Christmas time event. Can you play our VIP tent and play some Christmas songs? And this son of a bitch did not want to do it. Like,
you want to hear the best part? Is because he came in and we played, but Luscious Lisa, had just used the microphone and then handed it to him, but her lipstick had transferred onto the microphone. So when he started singing and he moved the microphone, her lipstick was all over his mouth.
Oh, no.
It's one of our favorite memories.
He was a nice guy.
Very nice.
He was a sweet dude, but he did not want to play background Christmas music for the VIP people. And eventually I was just like, you know what? This is kind of like, you don't need to do this. It's fine. It'll be okay. So he got paid. I think I paid him personally. I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
I may have paid him personally like $3,000 to sing that song.
Oh my God, Sean! Yeah. I thought it was way less than that. I mean, certainly in the grand.
It was $2,000 or $3,000.
Dude.
Yeah. I think
meanwhile,
the station put him up in a hotel. I think, but I paid that.
Meanwhile, Jeff Garlin just walked off a gig because they wanted to pay him in check instead of cash, and like the insider report was that it was just him being neurotic. Jeff Garlin of Curb Your Enthusiasm fame. Yeah, who's been in a whole bunch of movies. Let me see what they had. Like his entire background on this. Like he's not going to be hurting for the money.
This dude, you know him if you see him.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's done role. He was in the Goldbergs, Cars 2, Paranorman, 2 Toy Story sequels, Wall-E. Yeah, very famous. They were paying him in check instead of cash, and he walked off for $800.
Yeah.
For a stand-up gig.
That's a steal. And I want to be clear, the company kind of put him up on the hotel. But remember that I was so hungover in that hotel, I had to DJ their Christmas party.
Oh, yeah. God, man, we used to have to promise stuff everywhere back in the day to
get
things
things
to happen.
No problem. You got it, dude.
I forgot about that. That may have been one of your first DJ gigs. It was,
and it turns out I did not have all the Latin music I should have had. Suavemente can only be played so many times.
All right, a couple of things. Let's hit on a few things that we can here in a grab bag segment. Number one, the movie that I was talking about earlier, that was the mockumentary with the heavy metal band, is called Heavy Trip. Courtney sent it to me. It's called Heavy Trip. If you've never seen it, it came out in 2018. It was super funny if you like that kind of stuff. Certainly if you like, what's it called? Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap. You might like this. It's like a new cult classic version of that.
Google AI got nowhere close to that.
It didn't? No, I can't play it for you because the trailer has curse words and stuff in it. But just Heavy Trip, if you look it up, you'll find what I'm talking about there. Okay, let's keep going through some things. How do you feel about this piece of technology? Now, we've all gotten used to, like it or not, we've all gotten used to all of these speed cameras, these red light cameras and speed cameras that are all over the place now. Mm-hmm. And you might not even see what's happening, but you blaze through an intersection. Next thing you know, you get a really crappy picture of your car and your license plate, and you got to pay a ticket.
Yeah, not really fighting it when it's right there in front of your eyes.
Those are usually red lights, though, not speed.
Yeah. Usually red lights, but they're trying to do more things on them. And they're rolling out, essentially, what they call the Ultra or 2.0 version of these cameras in a lot of cities right now, including in the UK, where they're going even further with these, because these ultra speed cameras can not only tell how fast you're going, they can not only tell if you run a red light and give you a ticket that way, they can look inside your car.
How? No.
And they will send you tickets if you're driving without a seatbelt on or if you're driving on your mobile phone.
That's an invasion of privacy, is it not?
They will do this. This is in the UK where they're rolling out these Vector-SR, but they're updating these speed cameras in all these different cities. And one of the companies is Genoptic, and their Vector-SR cameras work differently from usual speed cameras. They can look inside vehicles, catching you for more than just speeding. It operates without flashing, so you don't even know if you've been detected or not. And it can enforce red light tickets, speed limit tickets, not wearing your seatbelt, or even if you are on your cell phone at the wheel, as well as other things in the future. So they get you, and there's no people actually involved in the whole process. So tell us what you think about that in particular. Stuff that was held over from jury duty. Brian Kohberger has now officially accepted a plea deal. Some of the family members of the victims are not happy about this.
Yeah.
It will spare him the death penalty and the slayings of 4 University of Idaho students from November 2022.
You think that crazy chick's happy about this?
I was thinking about
we
that.
We should update with her.
Yeah, we had a woman who claimed she was a psychopath, who was a huge fan of this guy, who called the show a couple of times. and she was part of a subreddit where they love this guy. What did they call themselves?
The
Brian Kohberger is the name of the guy. But Kohberger is charged with 4 counts of murder in the stabbings of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Goncalves. They were murdered at this home in Moscow, Idaho in 2022. And he left the sheath, I believe, for his knife behind. They had Amazon info of him reportedly multiple times trying to buy another sheath for his knife and then like not doing it or whatever, hedging on it. They had a lot of data from his computer that made him look insanely guilty, including like a to-do list and stuff I believe that they had on him. That may have been another case, but Brian Kohberger at the last moment here is accepting a plea deal so he can get away from the death penalty. And some of the family members are like, no, not happy with this. I wanted him to get the death penalty.
Wasn't the whole thing, though, that he was not, guilty? Like, he was
going to plead not guilty. Yeah.
Like, just because I was a student and researching all of this doesn't mean that
He said, yeah, he claimed a lot of the searches he was doing and stuff were because he was in criminal law. Oh. He was in that arena or something, but they just wanted to get the slam dunk on him with the guilty plea, and he wanted to avoid the death penalty. Some of the family's not happy about this. The big, beautiful bill passed in the U.S. Senate. I guess this is the moment it passed. Let's see what we can hear.
The yeas are 50. The nays are 50.
You might recognize that voice. That's Vice President J.D. Vance, who cast the vote because it was a tie and made it so it was 51-50.
On this vote, the yeas are 50. The nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
There you go. That passed 51-50 with the Vice President, J.D. Vance, coming in to sway the tie. Now, that doesn't mean it becomes the law of the land right now, this big, beautiful bill. It means that it goes back to the House of Representatives for what they call reconciliation, because the bills that they pass in the House and Senate,
I don't want to like 5 Hail Marys or something.
I don't want to schoolhouse rock you, but the bills that they passed in the House and the Senate are different. So they do reconciliation, which is like agreeing on merging the bills, and then the House and Senate do another vote on the merged bills, which would then make it the law of the land.
Step to make this law of the nation. It's got to go through some reconciliation.
That basically that's what's happening right now. And the other thing left over from jury duty that I'll mention right now, ladies, get ready. Get your ass to Costco as fast as you possibly can.
Oh, gosh, you don't got to tell my wife twice.
Get over there quickly while you can, because Lululemon is now officially suing Costco because their knockoffs of Lululemon shorts and hoodies and other stuff are so close to the real thing for $19 that women are buying them in droves right now.
Aren't they just yoga pants?
They're yoga pants for $128 if you want to get them to Lululemon. But Kirkland Signature, baby. Yeah, Kirkland Signature.
My wife would literally wear them if they had the Kirkland Signature logo on it.
Why not, man? They got good vodka. They got good stuff. Kirkland Signature is selling them for $19.90, and they call them Lululemon dupes, and they're suing them now for this whole thing. There are a lot of people, 5,211 posts on TikTok alone with people going to Costco because these are such a close facsimile to the Lululemon products, the bike shorts, all this other stuff that people pay hundreds of dollars for because of the dumb logo on it. Get them while you can, just in case they get a little too scared legally and start scooping those things up at Costco in those big-ass bins out in the center of the place. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into some robot news that is a little disturbing, an update on that lawsuit against Mario Lopez, and a bunch more. The Disney Cruise update that I promised you, all on the way, coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Slow traffic continues on I-4 eastbound this morning between the Greenway exit and 535. Now looking at accident activity blocking.
School Mike! School Mike Squad, I want to apologize a wee bit. Hang on.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Want to apologize a little bit. I'm still battling this cold, and I'm trying everything I can not to completely ruin my voice. So probably for the rest of this week, the Skull Mike stuff will be a little more limited. Some of you will not like that. Sorry. How are you? Hi. David says, aren't you leaving? Today? Not yet, no. We got the big final broadcast coming up on Thursday, baby. It's happening. Who's coming to the show on Thursday? And don't let these fake news meteorologists, fake weather, that's what's not called out enough. Fake weather, it's bullshit. When they tell you on like Sunday what Friday's weather looks like, bullshit. Bullshit. Fake weather. Fake weather. They get it wrong all the time. They are not good enough. Now, they can do some pretty good hurricane tracks. They can track some stuff like that. But they are not good at telling you hour by hour, obviously, what's going to happen a week from now. So, fake weather. Don't listen to them. Christina says, I'm in Chicago. No excuse. We want to see you on Thursday regardless. All of my friends are going to hang out without me. You're not going, Beehaw? Is Beehaw going to die if she's not at the live show, Mr. Predicto? Will Beehaw die if not present at the live show?
Highly doubtful.
Second opinion, Mr. Predicto. Will Beehaw die if she's not at the live show?
Now is not the right time to tell you.
Third opinion, Mr. Predicto. Will Beehaw die if she's not at the live show?
It is a strong possibility.
That's what I thought, as I anticipated. As I anticipated. Very likely you're going to die if you don't show up. 3 minutes. I'm going to move there soon and make it to a show soon, says Christina. That's awesome. We'd love to see you. Sean says, just back from West Palm Beach at the News Junkie, was listening to Real Radio, and Fran gave you guys a shout out during the show. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome to hear. Good people down there. I mean, we're not like a live and local show for WZZR and WCZR down in South Florida, but we're pretty close to it because I mean, that's where I grew up. And I love that damn station. Vicky says, I agree, fake weather. Fake weather everywhere. They just think you're a dummy. It's like when I pull up my weather app, right? I look and I go, okay, next Thursday. Next Thursday, here's going to be the temps. Here's the precipitation. This is fake weather. They have no idea how things are going to twist and turn in that much time. No shot. I bet against it every time. Fake weather. Jello probably gives me the shits. Banned. Temp ban. 30-day temp ban. I don't lose you guys until I get down to Port St. Lucie when I'm headed south. Yeah. Vero, Port St. Lucie on a good day. But in the Vero area of Port St. Lucie, switch to 101.7, and you could ride that signal down all the way to South Florida, West Palm Beach area, 92.1, and you could ride 92.1 all the way down to like Fort Lauderdale, mostly Fort Lauderdale. You're not going to really get too much into Miami. A little bit, maybe, on a good day. All right, we're coming back. Let's go.
In History Hotline gets to the bottom of it.
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
This is such a ridiculous story that we tell ourselves because we don't want to know the real story.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search American History Hotline and listen now.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
And this is where you can hang out with us each day for, well, as much as 4 hours, talking about everything going on viral in the world, from serious news to weird stuff. And that's kind of what we do around here. I saw not once, but twice. Actually, maybe more times than that. Maybe 3 times a lady. Maybe even indeed. On that Love Island show where there was multiple.
You're obsessed.
Well, I love where there was multiple of these younger people. They're all like early 20s. And when they're talking to each other, like, what are you into? What kind of food do you like? No, I like pizza and Italian food. What's this? What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? And they'll go, what kind of music do you like? And multiple of them said, oh, I listen to really old stuff. Like I like old music, oldies, like early 2000s.
But
and every time I heard that, and they would play they would play any kind of music like that, and they would know all of the words. They would know all of it, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, oldies."
Is that really oldie music?
Well, to them it was. To them, like they're born after 2000, and they go, "Oh yeah, that's really, really old school music that I like." And my theory on this is the same as my theory on movies and TV shows, where
and 9/11
for the youngest generation, for Gen Alpha, Gen Beta, the betas. It doesn't matter to them how old something is. If it's within the last 25, 35 years, most stuff was done with a high enough quality that you could still watch the movies, watch the TV shows,
oh, sure.
Listen to the music, and it sounds every bit as good a quality that it does now. And I think they don't care if it's new or old.
The style is different, though.
Yeah, and we said,
so what?
But,
Why do they care?
So when I was little, I grabbed my dad's CD and I listened to Queen. And I loved Queen, or Gloria Estefan.
Yes.
And that was the music that I am accompanied to, and it sounded great.
Right.
And at that time, it made sense for me as a child to say this music that was 30, 40 years old at the time.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, when did Bohemian Rhapsody come out?
80s?
70s.
I think. 70s or 80s?
70s, and I'm listening to it
74 maybe?
In 97. So that's still a lot.
Okay,
further
Bohemian
than
Rhapsody
25
came out
years ago.
In 1975. You were born what? What year?
90.
90. You were born 1990s, 15 years ago. So for these people,
Okay, but I was listening to it as an infant.
If they're 21 right now, they were born 2004. So, even 15 years before they're born would be like 90s. So it would be like...
That makes sense, but not the early 2000s.
But in that music, Queen's a bad example for the 70s because that is an excellent quality recording and it does not sound old. It doesn't sound like 60s music, 50s music that I've talked about, 50s music, 60s movies, 50s movies. No one watches these things. Even if they're classics, people don't watch those things. You don't watch television shows from the 60s for the most part because it's all old and it looks old. But all the music sounds just as good. All the TV shows and the movies, as long as they're widescreen, they're pretty much on the same level of quality. And all of these young kids in their very early 20s are all like, they know every word to stuff from the early 2000s. They know all of it. They're
You
like,
could also
oh,
decipher the words in the early 2000s.
they were like, one of my favorite oldies songs is Bye, Bye, Bye. And they started doing the in sync, the bye, bye, bye thing together. They're like it was the mashed potato. like they were talking about like, Chubby Checker doing the twist or something. It was like that.
Kiss.
That was the old stuff. For them, it's just kind of insane. But I've seen a lot of that out there. All right, here's the update. We talked about the cheerleader woman, Desiree, who is suing Mario Lopez for $25 million because he posted this viral interview of her where she said she could only run backwards. And
No. She could run forwards. She could only walk backwards.
Okay, she could only walk backwards. She could run forwards. And
this is why it's so convoluted because like there's all these rules to when she is and is not crippled with dystonia versus just nonchalantly going backwards down the stairs or up the stairs.
Most people know that viral clip. I played it earlier on the show. If you missed it, go back to the podcast. And Sabrina sent along, ABC News did an article at the time, which was 2010. And they have a question mark in the title. Yes, they do. But I mean, they said medical mystery or hoax. Did the cheerleader fake a muscle disorder? Desiree Jennings, her name at the time, claims after flu shot, she lost the ability to walk and speak. And they go into the whole thing about how she got this flu shot. And then all of a sudden, she was all twisted up. She couldn't read. She couldn't do simple math. She couldn't do anything. And she had a strange foreign accent, which we had mentioned before. And so they wrote all of these very same things. Now, I don't know if this article has been edited over time, but they don't go into questioning. They don't question her too much. But everybody was questioning her at the time.
Because this video is so ridiculous. From so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear we even talked about like something that came out that had said that she had been proven to allegedly, had faked the whole thing.
Let me see.
It's just bizarre that, I'm saying 25 years later, but
there's a whole, there's a whole section of this on the swine flu pandemic page.
Okay.
According to the CDC, there's no evidence either for or against dystonia being caused by the vaccinations.
Now they're scared to be sued.
It's extremely rare due to the low volume of cases. Dystonia is poorly understood. There are only 5 cases noted that might have been associated with vaccines over the span of 18 years. In one discredited case, a woman wrongly blamed difficulties with movement and speech on a seasonal influenza vaccination. That is, I think, is that citing this story? The flu shot cheerleader is back with a warning about the anti-vaccine movement.
Okay.
This was her popping up last year. NBC News. This is her now. It's got like a newer photo of her.
Is she good?
And they say now she sees things differently. For a few months, she was famous. Short version of the story goes like this. Desiree's seemingly inexplicable symptoms set off a national debate. 14 years, she wants to talk about it. She felt ashamed for a long time, but now she sees things differently. And she's far less certain about the role the vaccine played. She wants to offer a warning, blah, 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 blah. The main characters in her story have shifted. The ones who died or moved on have been superseded by a new crop of organized and aggressive players, but the tactics are the same. Find novel stories from vulnerable people who say they've been harmed and say that that's proof of stroke distrust in vaccines. I don't think that that's what most people said. There was a lot of people who are anti-vaccine and using this as an excuse, but I think there were more people who just thought this woman's having some sort of like mental issue. I think or she's acting or she's faking it, like Mario Lopez kind of leaned into, at the time. Boy, you could tell how old this is. In August 2009, Desiree was a 25-year-old communications manager at America Online. She worked at America Online back then. And now she's upset about this. And speaking out, Mario Lopez is being sued for $25 million in that case. The other one, I don't know if I have time to squeeze this in. Maybe we'll just do this when we come back. there is an interview that's making the rounds of this 51-year-old guy, Christopher Schaaf. And I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but this woman who's interviewing this guy, the guy is a lunatic, man.
Ooh, I love a good
Have you seen this
loony.
at all? Should we do it when we get back or now, time-wise?
Now. Back.
All right, I'll hold this. We'll play it with the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. All right, all that coming up in just a bit. The update on the Disney cruise thing, all of it. We'll cram-bam it in, as they say.
Thank you,
into this
ma'am.
final segment here, and that's coming up next in the news, Chunky.
The Jim Colbert Show. Out of context.
I am not a chocolate sucker. What I do like to do, though, is bite them in half and extrude the peanut while the shells of the M&M are dead in my mouth.
That's what it is. You're a nut sucker.
I'm not a nut sucker, Deborah.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Tuesday, we are going to be expecting mostly seasonable temperatures with high of around 90 degrees today in Orlando, with around a 60% chance of some late afternoon showers and storms. As we head throughout the end of this week, unfortunately, our rain chances will be on the rise, which could impact some of your 4th of July weekend plans. Up to an 80% chance of rain is anticipated for our Friday, a 70% chance for Saturday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Do you already have a mortgage quote and are you wondering if it's any good? Well, stop wondering and find out by working with that mortgage guy, Don.
All right, folks, thank you for hanging out with us today. Time to rate the show. Rate the show out of 10. Rate the show out of 10. What do you think? How do we do? And also, who is our Chatter of the Day nominee? Chatter of the Day nominees and rate the show. I have to go get Today I Learned. So stay put. I hope the camera does not get stuck. Cameraman, don't screw up. Thank you. Ratings coming in. 10 out of 10, 9.9 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. 9.4, room for improvement. I think you're being generous today. You are. You're being generous people. Again, don't forget, on Thursday, live show. Thursday for the 3rd of July, live show. We got challenges, contests, all kinds of good stuff. Dress up for the 4th of July. Whoa. Need some suggestions for Chatter of the Day. Connor says 3 out of 10. What the fuck? I think it was at least a 5. Today's show is at least a 5. Living La Vida Loca. Austin! That's it. Austin is our Chatter of the Day. They said he couldn't do it, but look at him do it. They said it couldn't be done, but look at Austin do it. Chatter of the Day. Damn. 3 minutes left. Austin or Boston? Austin. There will be magnets, by the way, out at the live event. Extra stuff I've got in there. I don't know if I'll have enough for everybody who stops by, but I'll bring at least 200, 300 or something like that. Yeah, we're going to have our whole camera set up and everything. We got some new scenes. We got like 1 or 2 new scenes for live shows. We haven't worked that out yet. When I say we, well, Sealand and I usually work on the technical aspects, but we haven't worked that out as far as like making the show we do here better represented for when we actually do live shows on the road. But we got a pretty decent camera set up and a new scene for OBS that I think will look good. Will you have seating for the disabled? I fell into a canyon. Yes. Yes, we will. I'll give the show an 8.5. Thank you. 2 minutes. Man, how are we going to get all this shit in one little bitty segment? Give the show an 11. You're out of control. Okay. Man, I hope that lady with dystonia doesn't sue me. Lady with dystonia, if in case you're out there, I wanted to say I totally believe you. I can't believe anybody would question you. Believe all women. Believe all women is my thing. And so I don't question anything. I think you definitely had dystonia. I think the haters are wrong. And whatever you believe, I believe too. Okay. Where the heck is Cannoli? Obi-Wan Kenobi got arrested, I heard. That's what I heard. I heard Obi-Wan Kenobi got arrested and was actually, well, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that. That's what I heard. Don't shoot the messenger. That's what I heard. No cap.
FloridasHistoricCoast.com. When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
See things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio. The free iHeartRadio app.
Wherever the drive takes you, we're here to help keep you on the road to summer fun. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer drives start here.
Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
Meet the 3 friends Bill Cosby called frat bros. This is the...
It's a throwback on the show. We went to war with Bill Cosby years ago on the show. And the strange thing is, just a factoid on the show.
Very quick, you got to do the other thing, remember.
I know. We went to war with Bill Cosby so long ago on the show, and at the time there were people who were like, I don't know if you should be doing this. Like, it was early on in the allegations against Bill Cosby, kind of, I think, and there were still people like, it's not respectful to go after him.
And then half of the boomers were like, no way.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
America's dad did that.
So is he Rip Bozo, or is he still alive? He's still
alive. I think he's out of jail, too.
All right. Yeah. I think he might have gotten out.
thing.
All right, here we go. Let's do all the final dispatchy stories that didn't make the cut today. I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. This woman going viral. I thought this was kind of funny. I got to stop it before there's some cursing. Please. But this woman is on the dating app Hinge, and she has gotten a bunch of responses and stuff. And so what she tried to do...
Is it?
Yeah. It's her. Yeah.
Sean.
We have the same algorithm.
Good to know.
She decided I'm going to have all the people who hit on me on Hinge I'm going to tell them that I like Tim Allen's grunts from Home Improvement, and I'm going to have them send me audios of the grunts. And so she did it. A solid 3 for you, it said. Oh? All these guys that was a bad one.
That one was not good.
All these guys just said,
in the sense of entertainment and entertainment only, because I don't want this to come off as anything other than that. There was a part of me that's like, what I could do with content if I was single.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, I mean,
not only like, I think if I was 20-something and single, I would go on Love Island.
Folks, if only she was single and had all the equipment to record these metal songs, she would be ultimate viral.
Okay,
ultimate
first of all,
viral.
I love the person that I'm with right now, so
I'm just
out.
saying, you excuse crazy today for why you're not going viral out there. Excuse crazy right now.
I actually have done very well with my fall on my effing face video.
I agree.
And
It was
all
a fun
the
video.
remixes. That's Sabrina Ambra. Thank you.
That was a fun video.
Lee. No, why are you going to make me have a weird conversation when I get home when I'm just trying to...
I'm not making you have a weird conversation.
Yes, you are. You heard it here, folks.
I got to get to this interview. Here's the interview, I promise, all right? This is this woman with this dude. Ready? Here you go. Ready?
So you had no previous contact with Pastor Bill?
Zero. I didn't want any.
This guy's weird.
Any previous contact. My only criteria was you're breaking the first commandment.
But Pastor Bill was innocent.
Innocent, in your perspective, there's nothing.
But
worse,
not yours.
But there's nothing worse than breaking the first commandment. I drove from there to Bill's house, like 2 a.m. on a Sunday night, and I executed him. It's fast. I mean, it's I didn't want it to be bloody. I didn't want it to be a painful.
He's admitting to killing the guy.
I just wanted to execute him quickly. Put him in the cross position on the wall, and I screwed him to the wall.
What?
And then I had a crown of thorns I put on his head, so he's crucified against the wall with the image of Jesus. Because what I'm saying is, what you're preaching is not what God said. It's the opposite of what God said.
Most people that would come into that scene, Bill's murder scene, would be horrified.
Sure,
horrified.
That's right.
Were you feeling satisfied?
I wasn't. Look, I'm not. It's not in my heart to go around killing people.
Yeah, maybe it is though. I don't know, buddy.
This is nuts.
It might be.
He crucified a man to the wall.
A pastor. Yeah. He killed a pastor and then crucified him to the wall. And this woman's going in there doing the interview with him. Jesus.
She's pretty chill about that.
Yeah, she seems to be kind of. She has it together considering the circumstances. The Disney cruise update. The passenger on the ship says the girl and dad who went overboard made a sound, quote, like hitting pavement. They dropped from so far. There was some kind of commotion, then an awful scream from what I assume was the mother when there was a massive splash.
I thought it was deck 4. It wasn't that far.
Still hit pretty hard, I guess. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Fix the date for today. It's Tuesday, July 1st, 2025. Skip to the back. Today I Learned. These distinguished gentlemen.
Ying Yang Twins.
The Ying Yang Twins is correct. The Ying Yang Twins are not actually twins. What? Oh God, I'm just hearing this now for the first time. I was not familiar with this. The Ying Yang Twins are an American hip-hop duo that sometimes plays at SeaWorld and makes things fun. Consisting of Kane and D-Rock is who you're hearing. Despite the name, they're not twins or related in any way. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.